No, Shekels, we're live right now. Be doggone. Apparently, I just did it again. It should have been 11:30 a.m., not p.m. Perhaps I need to spend a little more time, pay a little bit more attention. Welcome to the pre-show. I am Rich Baritone, and if you saw the title of this here stream, it appears to be true. We'll go into that once the show starts properly. But I can tell you that they have found 38 bodies in and around Lady Bird Lake in Austin, Texas over the last 3 years. 90% of the bodies had GHB in them, the date rape drug, and they were all guys. And they're looking for a woman. I think maybe, just maybe, you might be looking for the wrong person. Seriously, looking for the wrong gender entirely. Get some hellos in here, and then we will start the opening. Blue arrived very early. Shekels McJewerson is here. We know him a lot better around here as Skip, and it is time. It really is time. Let's go ahead and hit the candy-colored button for the introduction, and let's get this damn thing going. Add to stage. Here it comes.
And now, Negative 43 TV begins another broadcast day. Negative 43 TV reliably serves Sneedville and all of Purgatory. Whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever the time of day that Negative 43 TV goes to air, welcome, and we hope you enjoy today's programming. And now, the official Negative 43 TV jingle, written by Skull Kid.
It's number one in Sneedville.
Welcome to Sneedville. Sneedville. Here at 43 TV. We keep you up to date with our favorite reprobate, Tyree, Sneed. We're Rich Baritone as your lovely host.
That's me.
To watch the Batman that you hate the most. We're live here at 43 TV. We're live here at 43 TV. Yeah. I'm saying.
Thank you, Skull Kid Boy. And being a Sunday morning, there's only one thing we
The
can
views
do.
and opinions expressed in the media or comments on this channel are those of the speakers or authors and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcaster, which is Negative 43 TV. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. This channel's owner claims no copyright to said content. The broadcaster of this channel cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. The broadcaster of this channel is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify, but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this channel. If you have a complaint about something or you find your content is being used incorrectly, please contact the broadcaster prior to making a copyright claim. Any infringement was not done on purpose and will be rectified to all parties' satisfaction.
And there it is. It's always there. It's my email address, richbaritone@mail.com. And since it's Sunday, there's only one way we can open the show. I'm sorry.
Just understand, man. Pray for me, bro. Real talk. Matter of fact, I'm going to pray right now. As much as I can. But Lord, please help me and give me the strength to be able to take on and handle all of this spiritual you-know-whats that they're sending at me. Please give me the strength to stand in your name. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of
You know what?
Right? Or you know what? Your staff, they comfort me. And just stick with me. Please, Lord,
Never
Jesus
not,
Christ, stick with me.
Never not funny.
through all of this, through the temptation, through all of the evil that's coming at me. Please bring karma and justice and true righteousness to this situation. Please, as you have never left my side, continue to back me.
You can't tell that he left your side years ago? Look around you. You're on your own in every possible way. The devil would reject you. That's bad. That's really, really bad when the devil doesn't even want your soul. Oh, man, you're just cursed, aren't you? Let's say hello to Mimi Loves, and let's say hello to John Cole on this Sunday service, shall I call it? Yeah, that sounds good.
And support me in my cause for doing your work on this planet. Please support me and give me the resources I need. Please bring me people that are going to donate and support me financially. Please bring me the money and tools to do your work on this planet to make sure that I stop these people from child. Hold on.
Oh, you motherfucker. Oh, always piss me off. Always.
God, please help my soul to be at peace. Please help me just be able to learn how to deal the best way possible and not allow evil, malicious energies to affect my peace, my state of mind. Please protect me. And I know that you are there with me. I know that you support everything that I am doing.
No. He does not support everything you're doing. He doesn't support any of it. None of it whatsoever. And you need to get that through your ass. And you need to do that now. Again, as I said earlier, he'll never get it through his head. So there's a convenient opening for the truth right between those ass cheeks. And it's time to take out the plunger. It certainly is. Listen to Mimi, everybody. Don't forget to hit that like button. And they're rocking it 2 by 2, as I say from time to time. It's Red Screen followed by Brother R-Dash.
In your name, again, please help me, give me strength.
And hello to you too, Red.
Where I do not have it, to stand up to these oppressors, to these evil people, to this system. Again, please give me all the tools, resources, and people to back me in my effort to completely stop child and to protect the youth and to protect these people from everything that's going on that they're unaware of and cannot protect themselves from. Please help me and give me the strength, God, to push forward in the midst of confusion, in the midst of my anxiety, my frustration, and my not knowing what's going to happen to me next.
I thought you ran the world. This is genuine desperation here, kids. He's not putting this on.
Continue to supply me with the faith I need to continue to hold on to you at all costs.
No deal, ladies and gentlemen. It's Crazy Horse.
And please guide me through this hell. All right? Please just continue to be there and just give me the strength I need to overcome what we all know is going on spiritually behind closed doors. You know, the wicked will never win. They lost the minute they were wicked. They lost the minute they were evil.
Well,
and
I mean,
I just want
to look in the mirror and you'll know that to be true. You really didn't even need to say that.
to say that I love you, God. I love you, Jesus Christ. Thank you for providing me with the beautiful life that I have lived. Give me, more and more time. Continue to make me immortal.
Yeah.
In your name.
Give me more and more. That's all I heard.
And have me know, not think, not doubt, but know that I am immortal and I am inconquerable because I stand in the name of righteousness, in your name, in the name of Yahweh, in the name of God. I stand up to all.
Why am I making those mouth noises? This is why Sheriff Consent is here, and he is really arriving with a reader for the listeners. You guys need to know this, everybody. From Sheriff Consent, happy Sunday. So it seems Joey dragged a bag of crap down to the church group last night for food, not knowing the place was closed. will see today. Oh my goodness, is he trying to throw himself upon the mercy of the church cult yet again? That sounds like that could potentially be fun. It's not what we're watching right now, but that could be fun.
Of these evil people, all right, by myself, and I'm never by myself because you are with me. You and the millions of ancestors that support me, the voice, I'm the voice of the voiceless. Just continue to give me the resilience and strength and just everything. Supply me with all the tools that I need to do this. Please help me to build this entire company business idea into a full-scale agency operation to truly stop all of these evil, wicked people's plans and plots for me and for our planet. Please help me to protect everyone here. And, just give me the power. Truly, I need your power. I need your guidance, and I need you. I am aware I cannot do this by myself. It is too much for me to handle, and it takes a lot, but this is way too much for me. So I call out to your name, God, Jesus Christ, please. I am begging you to help me get through this. Help me save my life, please. Heal me. Help me. Give me the way. I know you will provide the way. Provide me a way for me to scale through this matrix, through every challenge and obstacle that it provides, and just give me the strength and resilience necessary. Clear the path for me as you have done. Continue to protect me, and just know that every step I take is divine, and in your name, amen.
And yet, it always ends the same. Hello again, Sneedville. I'm Rich Baritone. -43 TV is live for this Sunday afternoon, July 6th, 2025. At least it's afternoon where I am. So I think I'm going to call an audible here. If you saw the title, the title. Yes, I knew I was forgetting something. So let me get this thing here. There is a serial killer loose in Austin, Texas. The police are denying it. They're denying it for over 3 years. But just yesterday, I believe, they found another body in Lady Bird Lake. That makes 38 of them. 38 young men, and most of them have GHB in their system, yet they think the suspect might be a woman. Put one and one together, baby. Please, please do that. So let me pull this thing up on my phone so I can read a little copy for you. This is from Austin, Texas. Before I go, let's say hi to Deezy on this Sunday afternoon. And who, boy, is this quite the old humdinger. It says right here. The waters of a Texas lake remain shrouded in mystery as dozens of young men's bodies continue to be pulled from the depths, putting a community on edge as rumors swirl of a serial killer. Last month, the authorities discovered yet another man's body in Austin's Lady Bird Lake, bringing the total count to a whopping 38 individuals recovered from the water since 2022. There you go, kids. They're denying it. They're looking for the wrong person, but there is in 38 bodies in 3 years. Most of the bodies had GHB in them. Well, we don't think this is a serial killer. Maybe they're trying to keep public panic down. Perhaps they're playing psychological games with this person. But from the examples that I have seen set by the Texas justice system over the last 4 years, just tells me they're just incompetent fucks. Absolutely incompetent fucks. There, that's better. Boone started talking at me. So I am going to go ahead and call that audible. I started talking about a minute ago. We are going to watch his most recent stream because it could actually lead to something. We will be looking at the Indianapolis stream before too much longer, but it is in fact time. Yes, it is. Let's add this shit to the stage. Okay, got to do that first. And here it comes. All right, we are going to watch Batman is the Star stream 16 hours ago. And let's just see what happens here. I have seen none of this. Again, didn't feel really good yesterday, so I took the day off from Sneedville and virtually everything else. I am feeling a lot better today. Thank you for the concern, the kind comments, always appreciated. So here we go. Batman is a star. We click on it and what? Here we go.
Have you seen the YouTube?
Okay. From the very beginning, everyone.
All right. Hold on real quick.
While we're holding on, say hi to Orza1, who says, worth reading for the listeners, most agencies generally don't start talking killing strings seriously or taking them seriously until about murder number 39. Wow. Wow, that's just, man, maybe get up off of your chair, get in a car and go do something.
Hey.
That if that's true, that's just sad. Just sad.
Hey, how you doing? Doing all right? What happened? Thank you. Do you? Yeah.
Now that's true.
Have you seen the YouTube channel or no?
Now, DZ makes a good point in follow-up. They'll publicize cold cases once they're solved, but they really don't give the serial enders press anymore. Yeah, it might be seen as encouragement, yes.
Can I show you, or it's on?
But then again, the public needing to know, in my opinion, probably outweighs that. But that's one of the reasons I was never a police officer.
YouTube. I just don't want you to go to God. Be careful. You ever go on YouTube? It's a YouTube channel. I can show it to you if you want. Yeah.
Oh, please. Silence. Always good. Oh, geez, damn. He just went the hell away there, didn't he? We're just a little over a minute into this, and it's time to grab the slider of destiny, move it to the right, and look for the circle of mouth. Again, if you're light sensitive, you may not want to look at this. Here we go. Yes, always with the white flashes. Okay, there's the circle of mouth activating. Let's see what happens.
So I gave him the channel so he can watch. Like I said, I try to do my best on here as far as, when I'm live streaming. Of course, I'm going to want to talk to people and come across people. So, I try to be respectful and mute when I can and do what I can do. But it's just a live stream, man. Live stream, you can pretty much record anything, and you're going to have people talk on there, and it is what it is. But I just do it out of respect because.
Welcome, Kelchu Bordner, to the show, and this is actually Sunday afternoon TV over in Britain, late Sunday afternoon, mind you, but welcome to the show.
I try to let people know when they're on here with me if I'm doing a live stream. So basically, that was really cool. Like I said, he told me you got.
Yeah, I probably should mention that to him, DZ. There appears to be a serial killer in Austin, Texas. 38 bodies have been found in Lady Bird Lake over the last 3 years. They need Batman right now. Guess what's not going to happen? By the way, this should be put in front of his face, in my opinion, as much as possible. Let's hear some empty boasting over that one, huh?
My respect, and that guy might have just ruined my live stream. I don't know. I think it'll be all right. He's trying to vibe to his jams, to his music.
I didn't hear anything, Tyree. Your paranoia is somewhat funny, I'll admit.
Yeah, you can't really control anything doing this. It just kind of all happens and unfolds, and that's the way it goes. Tell me. Right. I got another one wait while they're driving.
Okay, DZ, the PFP that I'm seeing is Tyree smiling in the bat mask.
I'm carrying some really heavy stuff right now, so don't mind me. That's why I'm moving kind of slow. Heavy as hell. I got a lot of stuff in here. There we go. There's another car honking. So yeah, man, you know, you get we're getting a lot of support, man. We're getting a lot of people starting to get involved. And see, I knew it. I knew that was half the problem.
I did not check those out. In fact, let me go ahead and take a note on that right now so that I absolutely won't forget to do it. Conto YU. O-Y-U. Okay, I got that one.
I told y'all, I knew it. I said, most of these folks here, they don't even have the channel, so they don't even know what's going on. They don't know why I'm out here. They just see it and, you know, they like it.
They don't like your channel, and they don't need to see your channel to see that you are out of your mind.
And it's kind of unfair to them because if you don't have the channel, well, then you don't get to see, you know, the firsthand camera angle and me talking and what's happening. So hopefully that's what marketing is for and promotion. That's why, and I'm a master at that. So hopefully stick with it here and we can keep getting the channel to more people out here when I'm out here making my rounds, doing my thing. And I think that, I think everybody will get more aware of what I'm doing here, and it'll help put things in perspective.
Yes, you certainly are. I don't deserve you, guy. I just don't.
You know, I'm not one of those guys that is ever going to really hold back from what I'm saying or apologize for anything I say, because I mean what I say, and I say it for a reason. It's the truth.
You don't mean half of what you say. All this stuff about fighting and how you're going to turn people into like a meat paste, you don't mean that because you won't do it. All the rest of the madness, yeah, you mean it 100% because you're disturbed, as you described it in Batman Madman. And if you haven't seen that movie yet, what the heck? I put this up on the screen because Mimi Loves has something fun. I'll read it for the listeners. In response to Kelchu Bordner, she says, I think his mom kicked him out of the backyard. Oh, I hope she did. My God, the story is so stagnated right now, but it looks like it may unstagnate. Remember, apparently he walked himself to the church cult last night, hoping for food. I think he's going to throw himself upon their mercy and get rejected.
No matter what, I've always been the guy that ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. You know, and I'm a public speaker, so can't nobody judge me because, well, you don't do this for a career.
I take it as a request every time. Join with me on this Sunday. 1, 2, 3, antics.
Most people don't have the heart to say the things that I say, much less to back it up, you know, at a street level every single day. That's part of why I'm so aggressive on my forefront, on my front of what I do and how I come.
You're not aggressive in any way, shape, or form, except with your mouth. And when the trouble comes eventually, you're not going to be the tough guy anymore. And yeah, if this is a backyard eviction, oh man, yeah, we need something to shake loose, and that'd do it.
I think that's the cop. Oh, maybe unless he was honking at the guy to get going. I don't know. I waved either way. But yeah, man.
The next door neighbor's been complaining about him for a couple of weeks anyway. Yeah, out in the backyard talking real loud, talking absolutely crazy nonsense. And no one lives on golf course property to hear that kind of insane nonsense. No one.
It's just a lot of hard work, man. That's all. You know, I work just like everybody else works. I work pretty much harder than everybody. And do a lot, man. But yeah, like I said,
it just keeps getting better. From Sheriff Gunn said, it's another good day for you listeners. We called the church and they are closed and listed permanently closed online. His last hope, his last rope has apparently been yanked away from him. I got to do it for Crazy Horse. 1, 2, 3, antics. It's so much fun. It's festive even.
I think I'm on 11 world records right now. They're all legit, all official tissue. You can go check them out there on the channel. You know, I don't care about these wannabe skeptics. Here comes Fido full speed.
Full speed Fido, everyone.
I need to find out its actual name again. It's not Fido. It has a nice name. How you doing?
Yep. You're right, Skip. If this is true, and starting to believe that it certainly is, he has zero resources and no hope whatsoever. None.
Yeah, he's happy to see me. He got a little smile on his face. You can tell when a dog is happy. He's got an action.
Crappy Gilmore indeed, Blue. And you can bet dollars to donuts that the next door neighbor went to the homeowners association. There have been letters, there have been emails, there have been probably personal visits. He was getting her into trouble with her neighbors and with the homeowners association. And as I always like to say, whenever I mention homeowners association, they're illegal sub-governments and they should be abolished. Negative 43 TV, 17 minutes after the hour.
A little dog grin going on. It's hilarious. What the hell is that? Yeah, he wants to play. What's that about?
We have a news flash. I'm Richbartone. DZ 1119 reports, I think it's legit. Dude's truly outdoors again. There is no more stipend from mommy, and the church cult moved to California.
That dog loves me.
That dog hates your guts like every other animal you ever encounter, ladies and gentlemen. It is my personal goddess, and I hope she's your personal goddess as well. It's Elle Frost. She's here live on this Sunday.
But, yeah, like I said, we do the best we can here.
You are not losing it, Kelchu. It's getting a lot worse. And the what I'm responding to, it's on the screen right now.
Just trying to persevere and keep going, man. You know, when I give you all the channel, like I said, I try to get you up to date on what's going on. It's a lot happening, man. It's a lot going on. I think they just gave me the peace sign. I can't really wave because my hands are full, but I'm trying.
Oh, yes, something you probably ought to know. News out of Austin, Texas. Apparently, there is a serial deleter loose in Austin, Texas, around the Lady Bird Lake area. Yesterday, they pulled out the 38th body in the last 3 years. Austin needs Batman right now. What do you think he doesn't go? Especially when he finds that out. And we need to put that news in front of him.
I gave him a nod, gave him the head bob. Right, but yeah, people generally love it down here, which I'm very happy about. This is home for me, and like I said, I'm half Mexican.
Yeah. Yeah, like the kids used to do at the turn of the 20th century, tie everything into a nice bundle and then hang it off the end of a stick and just go walking down the gravel road looking really sad.
But, you know, yeah, I told him, I explained that, yeah, the goal of this is to hopefully do it all over the nation, different states, different cities, and it's all the real thing, man. You know, but I'll be a lot more active, giving you all a lot more action to watch probably as we go. And, you know, me, I'm a kind-hearted spirit, you know what I mean? I got to figure out how I'm going to divvy up my videos when I get to that point, but I can't wait, man.
Yes, I just lit a cigar, which reminds me for you to get your stuff together here because we're going to have a smoke 'em if you got 'em in about 10 minutes here on Negative 43 TV, 20 minutes after the hour. And please welcome to the show, Joshua Carlton. How is Cassie today?
I can't wait to be doing this in major cities across the nation. I just really think we need it. And honestly, I'm here to try to bring peace, but
pull the string. That was a line in an Ed Wood movie, actually, recited by Bela Lugosi, as a matter of fact. Let's see, Glenn or Glenda. It was a line from Glenn or Glenda.
Batman's got to do what he's got to do, but I mean, I'm
always love to hear that, Joshua.
I'm trying to bring peace and harmony, and I'm what the world needs, man. That's what God told me. He said, everywhere I send you, put out the fire. God talks directly to me. Like I said, Son of God, Son of Man for real. And this is what it is, man. Like I said, God works in mysterious
I am so glad that you feel that way, DZ. I really, really am.
ways. And he's very real, you know. And like I said,
Now I gotta ask, was that a quote from that movie by any chance?
I find that out more and more every day. You know, I never doubted God, and you can look back on.
I love Glenn or Glenda. Plan 9 from Outer Space, and yeah, I mean it's funny because it's so bad, but I prefer Glenn or Glenda.
This channel, even and see, even though it ain't for y'all, it ain't to be no way in front of y'all. I never doubt God, man.
I'll tell you what, great minds watch the same movies, apparently, DZ. Everybody, look at your screen. This T-shirt is backwards. Joins us right now.
I really don't. That's never been my issue. I just know.
No, I didn't have technical troubles yesterday. It was kind of weird. When I left the gym Friday, my legs just were totally fatigued. I got up yesterday morning. My legs were absolutely leaden. I couldn't do anything. And I wouldn't say I just didn't feel my best. I was extremely blah all day long, felt weak. I know that, but I think part of that might be that this dab that I have right now, listen up, it's the only time you'll ever hear this, it may be too strong. You don't want to smoke too much of that. I honestly think that had something to do with the fatigue that I was feeling yesterday, but everything's perfectly kipper whippy right now, so I'm doing well, and thank you so much for asking. It means a lot.
When I need help, I'm man enough to admit when I need help, and I'm man enough to say, hey, I need support for what I'm doing. I need support for the channel. Again, if anyone wants to contribute right now, I need all the help I can get.
And there is the fill-in from DZ. I'll even put it up on the screen. No more church cult for him to run to. They've closed their Brownsville location outright. Seems that his mom has thrown him off of the porch. To say that he's screwed right now doesn't even begin to describe it. And it's wonderful, as always.
Because of all the evil I came up against, what I just came out of, people couldn't even fathom, man. It's some crazy stuff, bro. And I just did it all. I won. I won against all of them. Won against the entire criminal underworld, all of Freemasons, shut down male and female witches' covens.
You know what? It's time to change the chyron at the bottom of your screen. Let me go ahead and run the disclaimer. I haven't done that in some time, actually.
The whole thing for real, not faking. Really did it. So that's the thing, you make it out of all that, and it's just hard. It's hard trying to get society and people to understand, but it's not that hard. I think they get it. It's hard adjusting to society, and I do it really well, but to an extent.
It appears that he can't stay at his mom's anymore, and good on her. I'll be just randomly announcing this from time to time during the show because I never know who's lurking, and that audience changes more or less constantly. So here we go again. Austin, Texas appears to have a serial deleter. They just found the 38th body in Lady Bird Lake yesterday, and every body has been found in the lake or on the shore. That's a serial killer. They need Batman really now, and he needs someplace to go.
I'm a little bit too real for TV, and that's the whole thing. I never really fit in. I wasn't meant to. God keeps telling me I was never meant to fit in. I was meant to be a standout, and that's exactly what I am.
You stand out for the wrong reasons. If I'm driving down the street and I have no clue who you are, I'm looking at you and I'm saying, that motherfucker's out of his mind. There's only one day a year that you might not say that. That would be Halloween, but then again, it would look like you were out looking for candy. You'll be doing it this year. I'll just bet you.
I was meant to dismantle this system and change it. Like I said, one of my goals is to bring a whole new government to the
Now, this is an old delusion. He actually mentioned this one in Viva Las Vegas. He's going to bring a new government, and he's going to be the guy that's running that. That was more for the newer listeners, obviously.
This country into this world, I am building the kingdom of God, literally. That's what people don't get. We move at our own pace. We don't have to.
You know what, Red? That's just one hell of an idea. From now on, I'm not going to announce it as a serial deleter. Look at your screen. It's a serial. You know what? Damn, I should have thought of that.
To move fast. We're doing it right in front of you, man. God is building his
I'm telling you, thank God I have writers, huh?
kingdom. He's going to build it done on earth as it is in heaven. On this buddy on here, any human can do about it to stop it, and trust me, they
Sheriff, did he make that declaration in this video we're watching?
have tried everything they can think of.
I mean, it's the most recent one.
God's kingdom is going to be built right here for all of God's people, for all of you, and it's just that simple. Man, this is heavy as hell. Whew. This is the workout after the workout. This ain't no joke today.
That is no kidding, DZ. Every time he goes live, there is an alternate. There's an alternative. Every time he goes live, it's crazy. And yeah, that's got to be hurting his bottom line.
This is heavy. Oh, man.
If you care to call it a bottom line, probably a bottomless line would be better.
It's good, though. Good. But, yeah, like I said, we just got to keep on pushing, keep on moving forward.
And no, it was Friday. He tried calling. I may search that one out. Not today, but that one seems like it would be worth a review. Any idea which one it was? Anybody?
Forward. The boy's getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. I'm strong as hell. It's all real. Like I said, warrior for God.
You have developed your arms somewhat. Your legs are weak as fuck, and you have no core muscles whatsoever. Whatsoever. What you're not strong. Strong involves your whole body, not just, your arms.
My God. It's got a lot on my plate, man. Yeah. Not really a lot on my plate, but I'm gonna have a lot on my plate. I got a lot on my plate right now because I'm busy all the time. This is a job, man. It's a 24-hour job. I'm always working. I always got something I got to do.
Yeah, he does lie as easily as he breathes. God knows. Tracy Young is here on this Sunday afternoon. Oh, let's see. Okay, I'm going to take that as a request. Ladies and gentlemen, this portion of our show is brought to you by the Spider Tree Inn. Yes, it is still free. Will always be is our motto, now with lice and centipedes.
Something matter I got to solve, something I got to pay attention to, something I got to study, something I got to add into the training regime. Today, I couldn't even do the martial arts.
Yeah, natural disaster, big time, 66 people. Damn. Keep a thought.
I mean, the workout just took it out of me. I did some stuff off camera too. And, them one-arm pull-ups ain't no joke. I did it with the right hand today. Couldn't really get it with the left. Didn't try again. I only tried like once, but it's all good. It ain't no big deal. Hold on.
Okay, I'll put this up on the screen for the viewers. I'm not going to read this one for the listeners, but it'll give you a reason to watch it when you get wherever you're going. I love it when he's in pain. I just love it when he's in pain. Yeah, DZ says apparently we were right about him going out on a job interviews, trying to get a job whenever he was wearing one of his mommy's blouses.
But yeah. Like I said, this armor is heavy as hell, and I wear it pretty frequently now. I've been using it more and more. I like that it's protective. That's the thing. I mean,
it's not protective. It didn't cost thousands of dollars. It came from Temu. You admitted to it.
It fits it. It looks like Batman, you know? So, I like it. It's perfect for me, perfect for who I am and what I'm doing. Like I said, there's a lot of issues with it as far as movement and mobility, and there's a lot of stuff, man. People think this is easy. It ain't easy. It ain't never been easy. Ain't nothing about my career path easy. Ain't nothing about my life path easy. That's why would I want an easy
career path? His career path. Oh my goodness gracious, mercy me. Yes, indeed, it is that time, and you know what time it is. It's absolutely true. Upper right-hand corner of your screen, here comes the Pit Boss. Smoke 'em if you got 'em time here on Negative 43 TV. And I am going to go a little lighter, maybe even a lot lighter. As I said earlier in the show, I admitted to something that I didn't think I'd ever admit to in my life. I believe what I have right now, what's left of a gram of dab, is too fucking strong. I think it may have had something to do with how I felt yesterday. I honestly do.
easy path. You know what an easy path means? Easy peasy. It means no progress. That's the thing. All y'all chase comfort. I chase discomfort.
You're right.
You know, like I want the comfort, but
people chase comfort. I chase discomfort. No, you don't. You're just trying to cope with your situation. DZ comes up with a read it for the listeners. To be fair, we may not have little pussy number 5 for much longer. Without his mommy, he won't be able to keep a phone. That was in my mind not a minute ago. There's some kind of psychic connection going on here.
I enjoy it for a little while, and then I go right back into my discomfort.
But you know, Tracy, smoke 'em if you got 'em is for everybody. It's about what you enjoy. It's about what you like. You can smoke 'em if you want. You can have a nice drink of whatever kind of beverage like you're doing right now. It's just a little something to eat. It's just about what makes you happy.
And that's okay. That's just how it has to be, because comfort is the thief of success. And that's something I got taught.
Comfort is the goal of success. It's the goal of success. Good God, you can't do anything right. Please welcome Sticky TT6. He is not live right now, but he's going to be live today. You just get that feeling. And I have to tell you, there is a serial, you know what, in Austin, Texas, 38 bodies so far. And you know where they are? It's all on Lady Bird Lake in Barton Hills. Yes, that's true.
Through all this is something I learned, and it really is true. That's the thing. Batman represents a whole different way of life. You know, that's the thing. We live in.
Boy, is that a loaded statement. A whole different way of life. Looking at my life and looking at yours, oh boy, is that true?
And this is a lifestyle. You know, we're living the kingdom of God, not just talking about it.
Well,
feel me?
There seems to be some kind of inversion then, because you're living in hell.
The kingdom of God. Look at all this God's beautiful green grass. That's the kingdom of God, not all this indoor stuff. That's the saying. I spend a lot of time outside for a reason.
Because you have nowhere to go. Because you have nowhere to go. Feel the pain. 34 minutes after the hour, Negative 43 TV.
And I talk to God. I do prayer walks. Trying to work on doing meditation. It's a little difficult for me. I feel like every time I walk, though, this is my form of prayer right now.
Read it for the listeners from Blue. Joey's superpower is repelling money.
Now what I'm doing right now is a form of prayer. And I usually don't like pray in front of people. Everything I'm doing is prayer. That's the thing. Prayer can be in any form. Walking, talking, everything. My thoughts. You know, I'm always talking to God, man. I'm always in communication.
Yeah, it is absolutely crazy. It's been going on for 3 years, and it just now leaked to the press that it's really even a thing. And yeah, they need Batman more than ever in Austin. I would take bets on when he goes, but he's never going to go. But we do need to put in front of him the fact that Austin, Texas is dealing with a serial you know what.
So, like I said, I just got to get ready. That's the thing. A lot of people, they think it's a whole bunch of hippity hoopla, run your mouth nonsense.
Well, I just can't let this comment go. It's from Sheriff Gunson, a good one for the listeners. Also, good possibility his bank account is negative, so his YouTube check is going to get whacked with overdraft fees. The deliciousness of this, the savory aspects of it, you know?
Running your mouth ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm very quiet and reserved, and I get all my results. You know, I just can't wait, man. I can't wait to be in these major cities doing this. It's going to be fun. I just think I'm going to get a lot of fans for it, but I want people to always know I'm the real thing, you know, and that's the whole thing.
But
it makes
the
people
risk with that scenario, Blue, is we may not see it at all because if he can't pay for anything else, he can't pay for his phone either.
Have to keep their
We could be close to the end, actually.
eyes peeled and keep their eyes open now.
At which point it'll be time to move to Grand Prix Purgatory. It's a suburb of Sneedville, you know.
Especially corrupt folk. And that's what we need. We need someone who protects the youth, protects these kids, protects all these people, the adults, everybody, from just evil people, and keeps them in check. And that's what I do. So, like I said,
you know, Kelchu, us wage slaves we're beating his ass.
Ain't nothing gonna stop me, boy. They done tried everything. Trust me, ain't nothing working. This is what they were trying to do. That
yeah. There's the aspect of it I did not consider. He can always find Wi-Fi.
They couldn't find an answer for me. Them little fake tactics. Man, I should start bicep curling this. This is gonna help when I have a chance. And I got time to do it.
Wrong. You've done enough with you could lay off of your arms for 6 weeks and work on everything else. You have a sunken chest, you have a distended belly, you know, like you're, you know, starving to death. You have extremely bowed legs to the point where they would be considered a birth defect. And because of your shit diet, you may have rickets on top of all of that. None of your clothes fit. You haven't been laid in 4 years. You don't know where your next meal is coming from. Hunchback. Never, ever forget the hunchback.
So yeah, I got 18 gauge pure steel armor on, and then I'm carrying this, and this is probably quite a few pounds. Imagine that.
It's a little bit heavier gauge than a fucking trash can.
Workout.
Just a bit.
So I just did all that training. There we go. I had a cop on. Woo! For everybody, man. This is to protect everybody. This is to protect everyone.
The comments are on fire. I mean, they usually are, but this is extra fun from Kelchu Bordner. Rich Ricketts will avoid him. He's below their low standards.
It's a service for the community. It's
Scurvy
all
dog.
Good spirit. So when they honk like that and tell me they support me, that makes me feel good. But like I said, I'm just trying to do the right thing.
But you never do the right thing. So in a weird way, for you, doing the wrong thing is doing the right thing, something like that. God, why did I even pause?
Bear with me here.
I'm not bearing with jack shit, and neither is anybody else. That's for damn certain. We'll be in Smoke 'em If You Got 'em for about another 10, 15 minutes. But of course, it's always Smoke 'em If You Got 'em. It's never stopped me, at least not yet.
And
Feel
this
the
is what
pain.
builds all this unstoppable strength, is having to do all this by myself and all these challenges. Hell, I almost feel like, man, I felt stronger today than I maybe ever felt in my entire life. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, so I don't know if God is, I don't know if that's part of what I've been going through, if it's like to bring out this other level of strength. Golly, I hate when I do that.
What you do?
So I only got this one phone and the screen's already messed up. When it taps the armor, I don't want it to completely get ruined.
Ah, yes, his phone's starting to screw up a lot more than just merely a broken screen. It looks like all of the stuff that you have picked up by accepting Cash Apps, the bugs, the viruses, they're shutting your phone down.
I think it's okay though.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I just know God is working on me still. I guess that's what I didn't really understand. I mean, I did.
It would be nice, but he would have to have a moment of clarity for that to happen. If he's ever had one, he's certainly not had it on camera.
I get it, but like I said, I'm just saying it's a lot to go through. There's been a lot to endure. But I'm God's, favorite child. I'm God's son for real. And he's really working on me, man.
Yeah, Tracy, I understand the Wofford's are back big time and just as shitty of people as ever.
Hey, take it easy there, God. God ain't playing with me. He's trying to get your boy ready, and it's working. Y'all don't see all the struggle behind this. You didn't see.
Yeah, we do.
What happened with this steel armor? Really, it was on video, but all y'all didn't pay attention, I'm sure, because you don't care.
No, we don't.
But I told you what happened. It's rough wearing this thing, and
if you look at your screen, that's a pretty good question. Can anyone answer that for her?
I got through that. I'm still pushing forward. It's just crazy how God just keeps regenerating me no matter what happens. People called Seton Hospital. I told you what happened to me with that. You'll have to go through all the shows and everything. I'm not re-explaining stuff. I'm a whole story, man. So you got to take time to just click random live streams and listen and not make a prejudgment or a false judgment ahead of time. You got to really look at what's happened. And it would take a lot of time to analyze it, but it's pretty obvious. I just shine and I'm God's chosen. So, I'm God. Folks are jealous of me.
Well, tell your girlfriend I said thank you very much, and you're watching Negative 43 TV. It's 43 minutes after the hour, which means that it's 17 minutes until the top of the hour.
Because they don't have this anointing over their life. So it is what it is. Oh, he's peeling out. Is that a joker? Oh.
There we go.
Coming to me. Back up.
And there is the answer to the question that was on the screen. It's from Red Screen. Tracy, I usually report his Cash Apps as a scam account. Kind of is, actually.
Like I said, we need all the donations we can get, please. Everybody out there, right? Please step up and help.
Fuck you. I think that's the phrase I was looking for. It's the one I'm going with anyway. Please welcome Fallout 354 to the show. He's got to read it for the listeners, too. Just took my grandson to the new playground the town built. His grandson, now holds 14 world records.
I'm always eternally grateful to anybody who
good line.
The way.
Good joke.
Like I said, just understand there's a reason for why I'm speaking the way I'm speaking. Like I said, I'm not here to tell folks my business. We really need help right now.
It's all you do.
We just got to get people on board, and we got to get people supporting financially, please. It'll really help me. But
it's simply not going to happen.
Like I said, I don't even take a break. Rarely take a day off, and when I do, I'm still working.
Rarely take a day off, but when I do, I'm still working. I suppose that would be possible in the era of remote work that we seem to be in. This isn't anything that we've been on, but remote work is a sucker's game. You know why I feel that way? And I know there's a whole bunch of people that aren't going to agree with me. If you work from home, you never leave work. You're potentially never off of work. My brother was on the tip of the spear of remote work. It sounded great, and it was great until they started taking total fucking advantage of him. He was working 95 to 100 hours a week. He was working 20 hours a day. I'm not exaggerating. He got played.
I'm a public speaker.
He didn't work 20 hours a day constantly. He just might as well have.
But yeah, this is not dress up. This is not fake. I'm the real thing. And again, all these movies and films are made about me because it's an actual problem.
No, he would never be questioned about that. No, never, never, never. And DZ comes up with another reason why maybe it's not the greatest thing. He says if they paid me to work from home, I'd sleep till noon. Not gonna lie, yes, gold bricking is off the chain.
Man, I figured out that song. I knew that there's another song. I knew that these songs was about me too. I knew it. That something in the way song. See, these folks don't get.
Something in the way. How is that about you? Other than you're in the way of anybody on the sidewalk.
Watched that movie, and you folks sat there right next to me as we watched it. Some of you, and you were watching Batman next to Batman. You were watching it, and that was where the whole irony is. I was trying to explain that and say this, and people are so self-centered and can't get over themselves and egotistical, they can't listen. Not that I care.
He's talking in a movie theater, talking about how everything on the screen is about him. I'm surprised he was not physically thrown out.
But you just look funny and silly. You feel me? That guy's in a hurry. So, like I said.
Thank you for that, Kel Chu. And Kurt Cobain's lyrics, there's a parallel between him and Bob Dylan in that most of his lyrics made no sense. It was up to the listener to put their own stamp on what these lyrics actually meant or didn't mean or whatever. But yeah, there is a parallel between him and Bob Dylan in that most of the lyrics of his songs, they just didn't make any sense. Oh, hit the button.
Yeah, that track, Something in the Way. What does it say? Underneath the bridge. Every word. These people been singing about everything. Y'all don't get it, man. They all talking about me. All of them. And a lot of these people, they already sold their soul to the devil and sided with the devil, but yet they make their music talking and singing.
That reminds me of the No Effect song, Clams Have Feelings Too, where the same argument was made.
About me. About the Messiah. The only true one. They're talking about underneath the bridge. Let me show you something, how close to home these lyrics are. Where did Batman's story technically start? Right? Underneath the bridge. Right? I bet you analyze the rest of them lyrics. I bet you they'll all make sense to my story. You may just not know all.
Indeed, sis, we have all had the privilege of watching a human mind melt in real time.
All of this. Everything you're talking about is what I go through, what I went through. It's just crazy. These folks been singing about me. This is a prophecy. This is what y'all don't get. I'm Neo in the Matrix. The prophecy. There's actual prophecy in this world. They all know about it.
Actual prophecy involves a Nirvana song. I'm lost, kids. I'm just lost.
People don't know. A lot of us didn't know. I didn't know for a long time. It's something I'm finding out recently because God told me. But I am the prophecy. There's an actual prophecy of a guy that's born just like, Jesus Christ was, the Son of God.
Yeah.
And he comes up against AI, they say, and he defeats AI, artificial intelligence. And again, I think that that's part of what this is we're in a matrix designed by AI. And
we're in a matrix designed by AI. Wonder what the cavemen's opinion of that would have been. Probably not that, because it's not that. You are trying so hard to cope with the fact that your life is basically done, that you're starting to say even more outrageous things. Please keep it up as you go down.
And what am I doing? Helping people to escape the matrix, trying to wake people up. Obviously, God has a plan. Obviously, there's something to what I'm kicking and what I'm talking about. People should listen. It's the bigger picture. I understand people are.
Well, he was kind of sort of talking about that in, geez, God, what was the song?
Caught up in their own stuff.
Heart-shaped box.
There we go. Another honk. I understand people are working. Nothing wrong with working. I worked since I was 16. But I have to preach. There we go. Another honk.
They think you're an idiot. They're honking at you because you're a Hmong. I've said it and said it and said it, and I'll continue to say it because you listen to this. You listen to these shows. You just, a little bit here, a little bit there. Hopefully, you'll hit this spot next time.
I have to preach the opposite ideology right now because, well, I got to try to wake y'all up. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it was easy for me either. I worked since I was 16. I wouldn't mind working right now on top of what I do, but I would never stop what I'm doing because it's too important and it's too vital. And that's the thing. I don't want to work for other people. I want to work for me like I do right now and be my own boss.
Zappa would probably see him as a sign of the degradation of society, if I'm being serious about it. What would Zappa say about that? I really don't know. I know he wouldn't be for it. He would actually, I think, point up the correct thought that he should be in an institution, and it's also an example of society no longer giving a shit about anyone or anything.
You know what I mean? So I'm not like you.
But I would like to think he would say, watch out where the Huskies go and don't you eat that yellow snow. Watch out where the Huskies go and don't you eat that yellow snow. God, I love that record. About that time, people, a fur trapper who was strictly from commercial. That's where I found out that I could talk like a DJ.
Lyft and Uber drivers, nothing against you. But, they try to paint it like there's something they're not. Oh, I'm my own boss. I make my
Now watch me get a copyright claim.
own hours, blah, 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 nonsense. Right? Like, I mean, you could say that, but not really. This is a little bit different than that. It really is. It's quite different, actually. I mean, y'all still have rules to follow.
I am still waiting for the local library to get a copy of Earth to Moon. I must read that book. Frank was a great musician and an absolute son of a bitch. Surprising no one, of course.
I mean, there's actually a lot that you still have to worry about and do. Me, not really. I mean, they have policies and rules to follow on here. That's about it. But I'm pretty free, man. I just kind of do whatever I want. You know what I mean? Like I said, right now, as I stream, I'll get paid a little bit of something. Like I said, it ain't much. They don't pay well, but it is what it is.
And this is what I laughed at. I'll read it for the listeners. It's from Kelchu Bordner. Try this one for lyrics, Rich. Use something in the way tune. Let me see here. Got to get that back up here. It scrolls up and I lose it. So let me get things readjusted here. Okay, try this one for lyrics, Rich. Use something in the way tune. Going to truck stop, turning a few tricks, giving driver's head, getting a few bucks and a face full. Something in the way, yeah.
I think it's going to jump up too. And the more momentum that I gain, the harder I work, the harder I go, right? The more money I think I can potentially make. And I think these folks are seeing that. And there's been a lot of reactions from these narcs.
No, I mean, Frank Zappa would routinely come back from a tour and throw a bottle of penicillin at his wife and tell her, well, you need to take these.
Narcissists, they're not too happy seeing this empath right here.
We've been waiting on that all day long. Sheriff Gonsense says he is queued up. So I'll look it up myself. If he goes live and you catch it before I do, please let me know.
Making some moolah. That's right. Like I said, that new check, One check is $181 and some
And hello to Ledgy. I don't think I welcomed him.
change. Right. I need help from all y'all so I can keep on getting by, keep on doing what I need to do. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I still love Frank Zappa's music. It's like Chuck Berry. I still love Chuck Berry's music, but not a good guy.
And people know what I'm going through, man. People know there's good people. You know what I mean? There's good people in the valley. Like I said, I've gone out my way. I'm trying to bring unity and maintain good relations, and just doing the best I can, man. I'm one man, you know. But I'm also not a pushover, you know, and I'm not going to get played, you know. Oh, this stuff is heavy, man. Whew. But yeah, man, I think we just got to stick with it. I think it's all going to come to pass. You know, God told me repeatedly.
When it comes to that record, I rather like Moonlight on Vermont.
He'll make a way. I believe him. You know, I'm seeing signs of it already. And that's the thing. I mean, it's just, it's amazing. God is really good, man. God is amazing.
Okay, he is in fact queued up, and when he goes live, we will be watching Batman is the Blueprint. The Blueprint, of course, being in all caps for no obvious reason, but as soon as he goes, we're going to go over. So there it is. Hold it up on the phone. It's sitting right underneath the microphone. When he goes live, oh boy, are we going to know it. Negative 43 TV, 3 minutes until the top of the hour.
He'll make a way where everything's impossible. That's what it keeps telling me. I get downloads all the time.
And after Frank died, Gail was every bit as bad, if not worse. She took her bitterness toward Frank Zappa out on Moon and Dweezil, because Dweezil took the guitar after his dad, and Moon had a hit record with her dad. And she just took everything out on them, and the other two could do no wrong.
Tells me, God, remember, God can turn any situation around. Well, turn mine around, God, please, completely, because I want to be with Christina already. I'm tired. I know you know I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm just trying my best. It takes every
The answer to that would be yes.
fiber of my being every day. I put everything I am and have into this, and into protecting Gotham, like I have. And I took the fall for Harvey Dent. You know, but like I said, I'm just doing the best I can, man. Doing the best I can. That's all we can ask of your Batman. I still think that part is so funny in the cartoon. They're like, there's like, and they'll have to chase him because sometimes people need the truth. You know, I get it. It's just, there's like a lot of jokes that come from it. Like any normal guy would have been like, hey, that's not fair. Like, no, it was Harvey.
And you know, the Zappa Plays Zappa concerts, he had to take his own mother to court so he could do it. She tried to stop it several times.
It was all Harvey Dent's fault. Like, why would you do that? Like, now you got to run for no reason, just like the kids said in the movies. Like, he didn't do nothing wrong. Right. And, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Like I said, and that's been kind of a common thing my whole life, so it's just, like, funny that, like, I really was Batman my whole life. It's like my dad knew, because even he would say, he's like, he would see him, like, bicycling towards me. He's like, oh, here we go again. Like, I've had a crazy life, man. Been through a lot.
Hey, everybody. It's SRP Designs. Been a little while. How are you? I'll read it for the listeners. Is this jerk off broke again, or is he counting dollar bills on a hotel nightstand talking about his progress? No, he may well be more fucked than he's ever been. It appears that he's been thrown off of his mom's porch. Went to try to rejoin the church cult, and they closed permanently in Brownsville. So I believe, and remember, he said he was carrying things that were heavy here. I think he has all of his possessions, as it were, outside of the bicycles in a paper bag, and he's just walking down the street. I certainly hope so.
Been through a lot, been there, done that, seen it all. I never really claimed to see it all. You're always learning more, but I've seen a lot.
He was in Z with his brother Ahmet, and I think Zappa plays Zappa is pretty much his band right now. More or less a solo artist, I believe.
You feel me? Man, this is too heavy.
I am doing great, SRP, and I'll tell you the big story of the day right now. There appears to be a serial you-know-what in Austin, Texas, and it appears to be operating around his old neighborhood. There have been 38 bodies as of yesterday found in or around Lady Bird Lake in the last 3 years. Batman needs to get off his ass, get up there and put a stop to this shit.
But nothing's too heavy for Batman. Who is that? Or tired. But yeah, these songs, they're singing about me. I'm the prophecy. It's pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been talking about this for decades. I told people, I'm like, I didn't want to be the center of the universe, but I actually am. That's the funny part about it.
You are not the center of the universe. Look at you. Look at you. You're not the center of it. How can you be the center of the universe when no one loves you? How can you be the center of the universe if, nobody cares about you? I would think that would be involved in there somewhere, or maybe I'm just blowing it out my ass. You're just not what you claim to be ever, ever, ever. Damn.
Like, I couldn't escape it if I tried. I really am. I really am God's son. So when you are something, just are what you are. It's the name for Yahweh, is it not? I am what I am. What Yahweh means I am. I don't know if I'm Yahweh, because that's what I'm always saying, is I am what I am. But I don't know.
Jeezy, oh boy, is that true. 3 minutes after the top of the hour. I always try to announce the top and the bottom, and I never do. I just go with the flow, I guess.
I think it's a beautiful thing to just say, I am. I am what I am. You embrace what you are and what you become.
I'm reminded of the words of Neil Diamond. I am, I said, to no one there.
But like I said, I don't know. I just talk to God, man. I keep my mind focused. Like I said, right now the training is going very well. Very proud of myself for how far I've come. That's what it is.
I got to read this for the listeners. This comes from Mel Frost. I stand by the fact we should nail him to some shit to see if he's really the Messiah.
And I kind of feel like Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. I got the tattoo on my rib. It covers my whole rib of Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, in case you didn't know. I've been a ninja pretty much my whole life. I just didn't realize to what capacity till all of this kind of jumped off, and then I realized, like, okay, I'm ready.
This is a nice exchange. Look at your screen. I'm not that you're not doing that already, of course.
Really like the real deal. But I'm getting better with the martial arts, getting better with the 52 blocks.
Okay, there's the first comment, and now the response coming to us from DZ1119. What could it hurt, Frost?
All of it serves a purpose. So I'm in no rush. And that's the thing people don't get. I'm still a human being. People look at me, they're like, he's just a normal guy. Like, yeah, I am. But that's why you got to treat me right.
Again, look in the mirror. Not a normal guy. Very, very abnormal guy. You're so abnormal, you shouldn't be able to call yourself a guy or a person. It's like you're a failed experiment of some sort.
I just ask for my respect. That's all that I demand. That's it. But yeah, I'm a normal guy, but I carry a lot with me. I speak.
Oh yeah, you do. You got a lot of baggage, and not just the stuff that you're carrying right there and right now. So for the immediate right now, it's time to bring Smoke 'em if you got 'em to a close, but that's okay. It's time for our favorite radioactive acid head cat. He's our mascot, one of two mascots, and we just love him so much. It's Schizo the cat. Again, just don't get close to him, and you'll be fine. Frost, I looked up some videos about Lewis Wayne yesterday. That's a no doubter. That's a Lewis Wayne, because it was the thumbnail for at least one video. Like, Schizo, man, you're getting out there, dude.
For a million ancestors, I'm the voice of the voiceless. And like I said, I'm just who I am. I know who I am, man. I don't hide it. Well, I keep telling you today, Son of God. So, like I said, I got to do all this training, trying to push even further. As you can see, I told folks I wasn't going to settle. I told them I was going to keep pushing. I did 120 pull-ups with this thing on today.
You did them wrong. You did them wrong. I know that much, because you don't do any of those exercises correctly, because you don't do anything correctly, because you're just that stupid. Disregarding your mental illnesses entirely, you're just that stupid.
I mean, that ain't no joke. Any of you are welcome to try. I wouldn't really want you sweating all in my armor. So you can't wear my armor, but you're welcome to get your own, or get yourself one of them weight vests and try to do what I do. You know, I wonder if the weight vest.
Please welcome Chaos to the show. I'm feeling much better today. Thank you. And I need to give you the big news of the day. There is a serial you-know-what loose in Austin, Texas. 38 bodies so far. He needs to get his ass up there. And remember, he needs to have this news put in front of him. I've got to hear what he's got to say about that.
Vest is actually heavier or not. This thing is heavy. I think I underestimate how strong I am, because I'm feeling it right now, and I try to not pay attention to it, because that's the main thing, mind over matter. But when I'm thinking about it right now, it's heavy. Like, it weighs down on my shoulders. Like, that's why towards the end of the day, I start getting pretty tired, man. It doesn't really wear on me, because, like I said, God has given me strength, but, you know, it's ridiculous.
Please welcome one of the great archivists to the show. It's Dutchie. I'll read it for the listeners. There's a serial you-know-what in Austin? Yes, there absolutely is. And it's in his old neighborhood. It's Lady Bird Lake. It's like, yeah, that's rich people's territory.
I'll be sore from it. I'll have trouble moving around sometimes, turning my neck, or I'll pull a muscle. I mean, it ain't easy. Went through headaches a lot recently with it. It creates a lot of tension. I know that. It's tension headache, probably. It's right there in the back. I mean, that upper back right there, I can feel it right now. That's where all the tension goes. And then, yeah, you get headaches. But I honestly feel like my body's been handling it better. And then it doesn't help carrying stuff like this that's heavy, but it is what it is today. I'm not going to be doing this every day, not this much. But like I said, everybody that wants to show some support, help my cause to stand up against corruption and change this world for the better. I am God's chosen one, and I was selected, handpicked by God to save the world. That's what he told me. So, like I said, yeah, I do a lot of training. I get ready.
Another excellent exchange for you. It started with Blue. Joey has no cash and no grass, so if he hitchhikes to Austin, we all know how he's getting there. The follow-up came from Deezy, and he said, by riding trucker dongers, Blue, stop being a prude.
Don't get it twisted and think I'm super nice guy. I'm not.
And then followed that up with Joseph loves Peter. We already know.
I'm very rough and very tough, very aggressive. You know, I'm about getting mine. Right now, I need money.
My favorite arc would be the emergence of the Batman arc. That was great. That was the best stuff I've ever seen myself.
I need the public to help.
Back when the Bat Scooter was young and strong.
Help me. I'm trying to go as hard as I can to make all the money I can. That's all that I can do. That's all we can do, Coach. All right. Now hold on real quick. I want to take a video. Hold on.
Want to take a video? More wasted time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show for the second time, I believe, One Earth Angel 444. We'll call her Earth Angel or just Angel. Welcome, by the way. Oh boy, he meant it when he said it. Boy, didn't he? And TZ says, following up on what we were talking about a minute ago, it's funny because it's true. I'm just saying, I totally agree with you. There's no doubt about that. And listen to Chaos and hit that like button for me, please. Please? That would be really good. Ooh, Crazy Horse throws in, rough trade. Yeah, maybe. He does like getting pegged. And he has admitted that out loud. It feels
And
great.
Not the easiest thing. But for wow, that's corny.
Overcompensating.
For a little while, I felt like I was figuring it out, but
so that was corny, huh? And that sounded like quite the motorcycle there. It's corny. You know what would be extra corny would be if you got an ear of corn, butter it up. Don't even cook it. Butter it up really good and shove it up your ass. Wait a minute. I imagine that you probably wouldn't have to lubricate the cob at this point. It'd just go right in.
I don't know if what was really helping me was I was curling my entire bicycle for arm curls, and my biceps started like growing a lot at that time.
Yes, he may well be watching, and that if he is watching, and it's a good possibility, it calls for this particular Chiron. Bottom of your screen, please.
Do a couple of curls with this bag.
Yep. Do a couple curls with this bag. Do a couple curls with this bag. Indeed. He had been launched from the golf course property. A combination of the next door neighbor, his mom, and the homeowners association did the job.
While I'm walking, we do stuff like that. But yeah, I kind of want my biceps to pop out again, like they were. I've been getting, people telling me I look yoked. I've been getting jacked, swole, big swole. But that's not why I do it. I don't work out for looks, really. I look out for strength.
And you fail at it. And you fail on both counts. You fail at it. Just because it looks like you have some biceps doesn't mean that you have strength. And you don't. You absolutely don't. Try those 90-pound curls now, and you'll be just as ineffective as you were the first time you tried it. DZ says it's always smoke them if you got them somewhere, and it will be once again here in about 10 minutes or so. But in the meantime, it is time to welcome our favorite dog. Yes, we do have a dog mascot as well, and we love him just as much as we love Schizo. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hi to Stoner the dog. You can actually pet him. He's not radioactive. He's all fucked up on dab, but he's not radioactive. And another thing I like about him is he's got that Cheshire cat thing going on.
I work out for strength. The strength is always there, no matter what I look like. But I'm just trying to do it because, well, it helps me make money. Muscles make money, literally. And if I can get my bicep to peek out a little bit, it really does help, I feel. Better I look, more views I get. Kind of.
Wrong.
Some people on here get views because, well, they don't look so good. So I don't know.
That's one of the reasons I don't show my face, believe me. And the other reason is I one time met a DJ that I really enjoyed from my favorite AM radio station. I had no idea what the man looked like. I actually met him, and as a result of that, my mental picture of him was destroyed forever. I'd rather that you see what you believe me to look like rather than actually get a look. I look old.
About that.
Well, not that bad.
It just kind of depends. Everybody on here, they're looking for an excuse. I mean, they're so jealous they can't see straight. I didn't have to do anything crazy to go viral, man. I just would be myself. That's what should really make you mad. I didn't have to do nothing special. And I'm about to really go viral. God already told me. And I know it's because of my message. I think a lot of them martial arts videos.
Yeah, Stoner really likes to overdo on the dab. He gets to a point where he's laying on his side with his tongue hanging out, and all he wants are dog treats.
Are what's going to go viral too. I think it's going to become a huge thing that people will start sharing them.
But he's so high that when you come back with the dog treats, he can't stand up to eat them, so you just kind of roll them into his mouth.
If you want to help me, please share and promote the channel to everybody you know. 100%. More marketing and promotion we can get, the better. It's a great business model. It carries by word of mouth. I pretty much created all of this. Nobody did it for me. I did this. You know what I'm saying? But that's the point, and that's the real truth, is that, like, those martial arts videos, a lot of them are amazing. And I'm going to get back to making them too. I couldn't find it in me today. I did too much, worked out for too long, and I'm too tired. And I was obviously I needed to get moving, and, you know, God's divine timing is at play right now, very key and very important. And it always fun things to save people's lives, because I will be. But
yeah, seeing me as a cartoon character, that's a good thing. I really like that.
Like I said, there's folks on YouTube, they be making them tractor things. So I know they can build me a bat pod. You know what I mean? I know that there's ways to do this, but like I said, I just don't know about how I'm going to be televising it, because I really would like to do a lot of it anonymously, like unideable, and then just run my channel on the side and pretend I have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, somewhere on my channel, there is a series of videos called Discarding Down with Stymie Gums. I rewrote their book like 5 years ago at this point. If you're ever bored and you want to watch some of my video work that has nothing to do with Tyree Sneed, that is what you would look up. Discarding Down with Stymie and Gums. It's a complete paraphrase of his book, and I was rather proud of it.
Real talk. I think that's just smart, you know? And then, like, I'd probably release all the footage when I'm like, or I don't know, or at some point.
I will say that once you see me, you'd never forget it, for good reasons, bad reasons, for whatever reason. Basically, I am a white-haired 64-year-old male. And I mean white-haired. My hair has been absolutely white, not gray, but white, since I turned 40 years old. It's been a long time, buddy, since I had any color in my hair at all.
We'll see. But I might not have to do that. I don't know. I mean, I want people to see what I'm doing. I want people to see the action. It is what it is.
Oh, Jeezy. Thank you so much. Not gay either, I know.
You know, this is about standing up to
no gay
corruption. I mean, I can't really, I'm not doing anything wrong. I can't really get in trouble technically without them lying, because I'm standing up to all the evil folks. I'm standing up to all these illegal criminals.
And I have a bald spot at the crown of my head that's just a little bit smaller than a Volkswagen hubcap from, say, 1964.
Criminal organizations.
It's not that big, but you know.
Doing a ton of evil, corrupt criminal activity. You know what I mean? They're just my enemy. I don't know how else to put it. You know?
You know, I haven't heard that yet. We might hear that eventually. Oh, boy.
I mean, it just is what it is.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, Frost absolutely knows what I look like. I sent her a couple of videos years ago from when Mrs. Baritone and I were in a place called Waynesville, Ohio. And Main Street is nothing but restaurants and antique shops. It's beautiful. I may send you another one here before too much longer.
At the end of the day, I already know what I'm doing. You know, God is going to continue to show me the way and tell me, and I'm just doing God's will, man. But become a pretty big deal, especially down here, which is always pretty cool. Somebody just waved at me. I couldn't even really see him.
I started going gray when I was 22 years old. First time I ever saw a gray hair was at 22, and I think it was like a single hair, a couple of hairs. By the time we got into the early 90s, mid 90s, my hair was streaking, and it looked pretty badass. I had my hair at the time was literally down to my waist. I was a long hair. Oh boy, was I a long hair. And I had a couple streaks going like Lily Munster. It just looked badass. And think Blackie Lawless. And one of the guys I worked with said, "Are you doing that on purpose?" I said, "Am I doing this on purpose? No. Who wants to go gray?"
Yeah, like I said, it's becoming a pretty huge deal down here. So
I didn't mean it, of course.
we just got to keep on pushing. And that's about it. And, you know what I'm saying? We will get there. So I think God is going to make a way. And God told me a lot of things. All these downloads told me a lot of things. God told me
I've seen that a few times before, DZ. I don't understand it either, but I have seen it.
is that everybody was going to be looking at my life and it was going to magically start taking off. And I was going to get so blessed so quickly. It'd be this major turnaround and everybody's just going to look like, how the hell is this guy so...
No, that was rock and roll long hair. I was singing in a band for like 5 years. And when I started, I had shorter hair. And it wasn't just my imagination. I had to work really hard to win that audience over. I did. It was extra work. So I grew my hair because, it was like an instant form of credibility of a sort when you walked out there. And I kept it because I liked it. But more importantly, my wife loved my long hair. The day I got my hair cut, she cried.
Blessed. Like, how is this guy this lucky? It's not my luck. I earned all this through my hard work. That's why I listen to God. That's why I do this training. God is working on me. God told me he loves me. He never forgot about me.
I would be afraid to do that. A pyrotechnic accident involving that part of the body, I don't think I'd have taken that risk.
He tells me all the time, God loves me. He tells me I love you. He's not against me. He's not doing this just to be hard on me. He's doing this because it's what's necessary.
He's not doing anything because you've been forsaken. Remember that.
To create the Batman. You know what I mean? It ain't easy. It ain't for everybody. I don't know how you other folks would handle it. I do.
It is absolutely Wasp, and Blackie Lawless, for all intents and purposes, was Wasp. He was the undisputed leader of that band.
You all would give up. And that's what it said too. The ancestors literally spoke to me. God spoke to me. He said,
that is exactly what has been going through my head. I want to be somebody too.
He said, you're the only one who will keep going.
Do it like a lounge singer. Thank you. I want to be somebody too.
That's why I picked you. That's not the only reason, obviously, but they said you got chosen for this assignment and for everything because you're the only one who will keep going. I'm obviously the strongest. I always have been. Always been everybody's anchor, and everybody's been pretty ungrateful, but I don't regret it. I always did everything for everyone, took care of everyone. Extremely caring individual. A lot of the people I took care of, I saved people's lives, and they still act like they have a problem with
Yeah, for their day, Wasp was ultra mega extreme.
with me for no reason. It makes no sense, but online, but I let people do what they do, man. People are weird, but I've done everything for everybody. Nobody did much for me, ever.
Said the kid that was born into a family of millionaires. So fun. We are still waiting. He has 3 people waiting over there, one of which is, of course, yours truly. We're going to be watching Batman is the Blueprint whenever he should go live right here on Negative 43 TV. This particular one has about 7 minutes left, and when this is done, we're going to watch the stream that he did about Indianapolis needing Batman. My daughter lives and works in Indianapolis, so I got to know what his plans are.
So I think that may change, though. I think it may start to change now. I'm seeing signs of it, so I don't know. But like I said, if you want to help me right now, please donate.
You're right. I feel the same way about her as I did the first time I ever saw her, and it's been the biggest blessing of my life. I got married at 19 and have yet to regret it.
I seriously need any help financially I can get right now, any money. Got to figure out a way to keep getting by every day.
I kind of
and try to keep this bank account positive. That fee's going to come on like the 7th or 8th.
I happen to agree with that, but on a more low-key level, I was no fan. The guitar player was very good, though.
I think it's like $7. Banks suck.
Please say goodbye to Red Screen. He's going to go to work on a Sunday so that he can afford hot dogs. I have worked many a Sunday in my life. Everybody's best thoughts go with you, Red Screen. Go forth and be productive.
And they just keep getting me with that fee. Like, I mean, I'm just being honest, bro. Like, they're all crooks. All they do is steal and take. Like, you don't need to have that. And I honestly don't believe that fee was always there. They tried to lie and say it was.
Yeah, I mean, for the vast majority of people, it turns out to be a huge mistake. I would love to know what the divorce percentages are on that one, but I'm definitely an outlier on that particular statistic.
I don't ever remember it, but it is what it is. That's what I mean. You got fees that people don't even know about. Like, how is that not technically stealing? It's theft, man. You know, like, you're not entitled to my money. Like, what? But it is what it is. Like I said, either way, I think we're going to do it, man. I think we're going to pull it off, bro.
Yeah, Wasp wasn't especially satanic. What they were, satanic. That's what I meant to say. What they were was the drunkest band on the strip. I don't even know if Chris Holmes is still alive, but I have no idea how he ever did one show, let alone thousands over the years.
You know what I mean? I just believe that God is going to make it possible and make a way. God provides, right? He's showing me a little evidence of that. You know, I still need a lot more help. Need money. You know what I mean? I haven't gotten any money really outside of what, you know, I mean, there's some people they try to help here and there.
God, I love these flimsy plastic bottles. It's so satisfying to crush them. Crush, crush, crush.
That's about it. But, you know, we got to have everybody come through.
I'm crushing your head.
Remember, I'm eternally thankful and grateful for everything, you know. But like I said, talking about my business is just not something that I'm going to do. It's not conducive for me right now. Today is the 5th, July 5th.
Yes, that is exactly the guy. He's poolside with his mom, who appears to be every bit the drunk as he is.
Yeah, I may end up having a bad headache.
Now, he's quit. If he's still alive, I know he has serious health issues, last time I heard. Now I got to look it up. Well, what the hell just happened, everybody? I don't know. I swear to you, I touched a grand total of nothing at all. And all of a sudden, it just went gazornitz on me.
He tells me all the time, God loves me. Tells me I love you.
Okay, let's move up to about where we were. That's close enough for snuff, as they used to say at the turn of the 19th century.
Every day, and try to keep this bank account positive. That fee's going to come on like the 7th or 8th. I think it's like $7. Banks suck. And they just keep getting me with that fee. Like, I mean, I'm just being honest, bro. Like, they're all crooks. All they do is steal and take. Like, you don't need to have that. And I honestly don't believe that fee was always there. They tried to lie and say it was. I don't ever remember it, but it is what it is. That's what I mean. You got fees that people don't even know about. Like, how is that not technically stealing? It's theft, man. You know, like...
yes, Pastor Gas. That was a early internet phenomenon, late 90s, early aughts. At least that's what I call them. Just farts are just instinctively funny. I don't know why, but the sync ups on that, if you've never seen it, and the odds that you've never seen it are very slim, go look it up. It's hysterically funny, and the man deserves the scoring.
You're not entitled to my money. Like what?
And Chris Holmes is still alive. He's 67 years old, and he quit drinking years ago, so that's good.
But it is what it is. Like I said, either way, I think we're going to do it, man. I think we're going to pull it off, bro. You know what I mean? I just believe that God is going to make it possible and make a way. God provides, right? He's shown me a little evidence of that. I still need a lot more help. Need money. You know what I mean? Haven't gotten any money really outside of what, there's some people they try to help here and there. That's about it. But, we got to have everybody come through. Remember, I'm eternally thankful and grateful for everything.
No, you're not.
But like I said, talking about my business is just not something that I'm going to do.
I've heard you talk shit about people that have donated $8 to you. It's actually a tip, but you call it a donation, so we'll go with it. And you bitched about it. Bitterly bitched about $8. Gratitude in all things, motherfucker. Negative 43 TV, 32 minutes after the hour.
It's not conducive for me right now. Today is the 5th, July 5th. Yeah, I may end up having a bad headache. I think I got like some children's Tylenol. Maybe that's about it, but I'm going to try to make it without it.
Children's Tylenol. I am no fan of Tylenol, no fan of acetaminophen. You see, I enjoy my liver. I really do. I take Bayer, back, and body. Now, that shit works. Only over-the-counter pain medication I have ever bought that works, and it works.
If I can, I may need it. I don't even have regular Tylenol right now. See, this is why I need money. Need help, need money, need financial help so I can get all this going. So, hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully people will support, and that's about it.
You can't get anywhere on hopes alone, dude. You have to act on those hopes to make them reality.
I do this for all of y'all. I do this for everybody, and I protect everybody. So
in a practical sense, of course.
I'm going to continue to, no matter what. So, yeah.
In the sense that, quote, I hope someday I'm blank. That's how I meant that.
Oh, that hurts. See, this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. How hard it is carrying this with this armor all on my shoulders.
Yes, we do, and we don't care. We find it amusing. Yes, indeed. If you don't know, he's walking down the street carrying at least 2 bags in which is everything that he owns outside of his bicycles. Again, I'm from the Midwest, and it's got to be funny. I would love to see some pictures from the wild of this guy walking down the sidewalk like Linus Van Pelt running away from home. Peanuts fans know what I mean.
This is what I'm saying. This is the things God does with me to build this like superhuman, insane, not normal strength and determination and perseverance. And that's what Batman has, right?
Hey, look who snuck in on me while I was doing backstage stuff. I love this name. Say it with me if you want to. Baby Gangsta Dick, world's most diabolical career joins us right now.
The way I look at it, I try to look at it like whatever, the saying, man, that hopefully it'll make me stronger. You just calm down there, Lassie.
I can't let this comment go. I'll read it for the listeners. And I thought my brother was about the coolest dude alive when I was a kid. Anything he liked, I liked. It was rather like that with me and my older brother. But Christmas morning, 1971, I will never forget it. It was a Saturday, and my big brother asked me if I wanted to go down to the basement and listen to some of his new records. That was just the greatest damn thing in the world. Like, oh, he wants to hang out with me? Yeah, sure, let's go. So we go downstairs and open up the old GE suitcase phonograph player that we had. And he puts Steppenwolf's first album on, drops the needle on it. By the time we got through the drum intro, I was hooked. I was a totally different person. I went down there being more of a jock and no interest in music whatsoever. I came out of the basement. Boy, that's what I meant to say. Craving to have a guitar. I had to have one at that point. It changed my life.
Oh, you want to play, Mosquito? There you go. Gotcha.
And then he followed it up with Black Sabbath's Paranoid, and it was really on at that point.
And Mosquito tried to take advantage. But yeah, man, as far as the other folks on YouTube, on the internet, I don't take kindly to you. I don't think you're funny. I don't think your antics are funny. I ain't laughing with you. I never was. And like I said, nothing ever happened besides all y'all basically, you know, federally indicting yourself, incriminating yourself. There's going to be a big federal lawsuit. And I got a lot of...
Yeah, I agree with that, but my taste stopped at a certain point, which is totally normal. At some point in time, you outgrow all of this shit. You honest to God, you do. But the music that you loved when you were a kid, that's fine. Take it along with you. I certainly do that. I listen to enough Black Sabbath. Oh, boy, believe me. I've been listening to a lot of Volume 4 lately.
The names out there publicly already for it, so pretty much unavoidable at this
The first track on Sabbath 4, let's see, Wheels of Confusion. God, what an intro. I'm getting goosebumps and I'm just talking about it.
point, man. You know, like I said, I think that's what they're trying to do. I think they're working with Google and YouTube. Look at my intuition. Look, they worried. They're working with Google and YouTube, and that's why they want to take all the channels down so they can try to cover up the truth that I was targeted by them and what they've done to me.
If you're not targeted by them, you should be targeted by them because you need to be taken off of this platform. Plain and simple.
Because the list has the names and it's on my community wall. It's just on the other channel. So, you know, feds and the FBI don't have a choice. They have no excuse.
No, Sticky, he is not live. We are watching Batman is the Star, and that was from yesterday.
Do their job, and they shouldn't be waiting. They should be getting on it. There should be arrests being made. And
the best cover that I have ever heard from any band, seriously, is Molly Hatchet doing Freebird. God, they just nail it to the wall, man. That band was really good.
Understand it, because everything I said is the truth, and it's just that simple. So it is what it is.
I love this story of how that song got its name. Why don't we call it Nibby? Apparently, Nibby was a nickname for Bill Ward, so they called it, how about NIB? So they went with it. The fans put the meaning nativity in black on it. Literally, it just means Bill Ward's nickname. That's it.
But yeah, like I said, none of this is easy. Oh man, I'm going to be sore as hell. And this is the type of
Can never forget All Along the Watchtower.
stuff you're going to watch Batman go through, but it'll be...
That wasn't so... I never considered that so much as a cover, because once he did that, once Jimi Hendrix recorded that, it wasn't Bob Dylan's song anymore. Not in my opinion.
a lot more exciting when we get in these major cities. You know, that's the thing, though. It's like if I do it on live stream, I already know how that's going to go. I think I'm just going to cover my identity. I think I'm going to kind of
Too late.
just do couples content with Christina and stuff. I think I'm going to go like completely incognito where you can't tell who I am. And with me and Christina, we'll just get USBs. And
You know, Tracy, if you've never heard REO Speedwagon's first record, the one with Terry Luttrell on vocals, I believe, you're really missing something there. You need to go listen to that.
you know, they got like bigger cartridges or whatever, I think, that hold all the USB computer information. we'll have to get some like that to carry a lot of memory.
I had that on 8-track. I had Volume 4. I had Paranoid. Got Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, of course.
Big storage. And we'll just get all the footage. And I'll just create new channels and start releasing it so that you don't know it's coming from me. That's all. And I just won't bring it up on the main channel. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to need some kind of cage built for...
I wish I'd seen Black Sabbath in concert too. It was 1996, I believe it was. Ozfest. Yep, at a place in Columbus, Ohio. And me, my best friend, and one of our friends and his wife went. And we're sitting up on the hill. It's an amphitheater. And about 7 o'clock, the rumor started that Ozzy was not going to perform. That he was high or drunk or something. It was actually a cancer scare, if I remember right. But Ozzy wasn't going to perform. And then it got bigger and it got bigger and it got bigger. And about the time Black Sabbath was due to come on, here come members from every fucking band on the bill. We're going to play some of our favorite Sabbath songs for you. And we looked at each other and we said, you know what? It's time to leave. We got out of the place. Just as we left the place, it sounded like gunshots. More gunshots, more gunshots. Wasn't gunshots. There was a wooden fence, a very tall wooden fence at the top of the hill that formed the amphitheater. And it was coming down, baby. From right to left, it was coming down. And here comes a swarm of drunk, pilled up metalheads that are super pissed. I weighed about 240 at the time, and I've never ran that fast in my life.
Over my mouth too to cover that area to protect my identity, and it's gonna have to be bulletproof. Like, I'm not coming to play, bro. That's what people gotta understand. I'm doing this because I'm the real thing, and that's just how I think it's gonna go. I could be wrong. Maybe God's gonna have me do it all right in front of your face. I don't know, but
no. River Bend is around Cincinnati. This was called Polaris Amphitheater.
Too many cowards, too many snitches, too many soldier boy running tellings, and too many people who, want to whine and complain. I don't know. Maybe it won't matter. I have no idea. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. God will tell me how to handle that. I ain't worried about it. I'm just trying to think about it right now and figure it out. But either way, I'd like to cover my face completely because I already thought about that too.
Cover it so completely that you have difficulty breathing. I'm kidding, algorithm. Come on.
And you don't want no parts. You want the suit, the bat suit needs to be completely covered if you can. Full coverage, bulletproof, proof for everything you can. It's the best you can, and you want it to be not that heavy. So it ain't going to be just this probably. It'll probably be a lot more. Not probably, it will be once Christina and I have our money. So I just want her happy. I want her to have all the money she wants and needs, and she's happy with me. So that's all I want. I love you, honey.
And that was Batman is the Star. You're on Negative 43 TV. I'm Rich Baritone, 44 minutes after the hour on this Sunday afternoon, where I am at. So let me hit the candy-colored button, the one that takes us backwards, so I can get to what I am going to run next. Let's see. Again, that was, okay. Batman is the Blueprint. No views 50 minutes ago. So we've been waiting for almost an hour for him to go live. I don't know why it hasn't happened yet. Maybe he's looking for Wi-Fi. One never knows nowadays. So let me find what I was going to run to begin with. Oh, come on now. Old browsers can be so very jumpy. Okay, come on. Find it now. Yeah. Okay, here we are. Indianapolis needs Batman. Donate and show support, people. Hashtag Indianapolis. If anybody knows why this was suddenly so important to him, please let me know in the comments. But it is what we are going to go for. So let me click on this bitch. Okay. Wake up now. Come to me. Please come to me. All right, I believe we are there. So it's time to bring the curtain up once again. Oh, he did go live. Okay, he is live now. Okay, well, that's good. let me go ahead, drop the curtain again. We are going to switch over live, and we are going to get some fresh insanity on this Sunday afternoon. Okay. Could be a little quicker. Batman is the blueprint. Let me double click on that. And oh dear, and there he is.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. And off we go.
All right, what up, folks? How's everybody doing out there? Hope you're doing good.
Yeah, there will be unlimited overtime through the end of July. That's true.
It should be all right. You should be hearing me good, I hope. I had the headphones on a minute ago. So we already got like 4 videos or so. I think it's 4 uploaded. My vest is giving me a little bit of trouble. It's moving around too much and I don't like it, but I got to put up with it for now until I can figure out some other way to get it to stay secure, possibly. May have to get some new bungees. I don't know when I can.
Oh, yes, you did hear the other day that, Kelchi, you did hear that Sneak swallowed one of our microphone mosquitoes. It was pretty fun, but those things are expensive, too. Would have been better if it had been a camera mosquito, but it wasn't.
Shout out to everybody who has shown any support at all. Thank you. Again, on here, I'll just be, keeping my mouth closed about any of that because, we got all the blessing blockers out there and they want to stop me from winning. And, they have tried everything they can and none of it is working. And that is reality, right?
I haven't been to a concert since right before the whole COVID thing happened. I don't even remember what the name of the band was because it was a band that my friend had heard on radio, and I have not listened to commercial radio since 1994, right about the time I discovered NoFX and the Queers and bands like that. I realized, you know what? The best, most entertaining music out there is not on the radio, never has been on the radio, never will be on the radio. So I don't even remember who the band was. I do remember sitting in the balcony of this club and looking around and just really trying to savor it because I just had a feeling that this would be the last show I would ever go to. And up to this point, it is true.
We're just barely starting to get a slow and steady pace. If I can get the public behind me right now and people to start donating to the
the Bullet Boys, Mark Torian and his backing band is basically what was going on there.
Channel and to my cause and to this project.
And did you know that guy can really play guitar?
And everything I'm doing with this, we can make it happen, man. Like, I'm gonna make it happen regardless. You know what I mean? That's my mentality. But I'm just saying, I need help, man. I need support.
I knew we could count on General Fiorina to give us the funds that we need to fight this loser.
I need the public. I need people to step up. I let Christina know I'm live right now.
Yep. I remember seeing the video. I've seen it many times. I always thought, wow, that guy is really going out of his way to look and move like David Lee Roth. And it turned out he was one of Eddie Van Halen's best friends.
Now I love you.
And had been.
Honey, more than anything. So hopefully we can get some people to step up and show some.
Please welcome Red Pill on this Sunday afternoon. And it's up to 38. They found number 38 yesterday. They did.
More support. Shout out to all of you who have. It's just been like 2 people. But thank you for that. Seriously. From the bottom of my heart. Because it's a big deal right now. It's a huge deal. And if you donate, you can always try to tell me.
Yeah, that donation was really big because we'll be able to put up 360-degree cameras in virtually every tree in Brownsville.
In there, if it's okay to say your name, your first name, I wouldn't say full names, but if you want me to say your full name and shout you out when you donate, you can let me know. If you don't want that, you could just not say anything.
You know who had a reputation for treating their opening acts great? Kiss. Kiss was always good to their opening acts.
About it.
And the reason that bands shit on opening acts is called ego. They're a threat. Oh my God, they might blow us off the stage. And reminds me of Grand Funk Railroad opening for Led Zeppelin. I think they made it 3 shows, and Grant threw them off the tour because they were blowing away Led Zeppelin. Zeppelin was doing a lot of drugs, a lot of drinking, and Grand Funk just went out there and beat their fucking asses. Peter Grant wasn't down, so they were gone.
Yeah, there's a guy out there. I don't know exactly who he is, but I don't know if I know him or not. But he stepped up a little bit, man. He's been consistent, and he keeps stepping up.
Where I came from, I can't think of an opening band. Well, there was one that got a bunch of shit, but that was about it. Because bass player looked like Pinhead and was wearing nothing but a jockstrap made out of duct tape. Fucking weird.
I'm waiting on Michael. Michael has kind of always been there too. I don't know what's going on with him or what, if he's busy or what he's got going on, but hopefully Michael will step up because we definitely need more funding. We need more support. There's just things that
it's true, and they still are. Been over 40 years, and they still get along great with all of those guys.
I need right now, like things I really need.
They were, especially Geddy Lee. He was sympathetic to Ace and Peter. Just said they were just, gentle souls or something like that, and they were just getting crushed by Gene and Paul.
I got to try to get, and I'm on a very
I don't know about the gentle soul part, but
tight, limited budget for right now. But anything you contribute helps, man. And if people really feel generous and feel like helping, if they donate, some substantial amounts of money.
Well, if you go on stage, you're supposed to play like you're the big act. You give them everything you've got. Same thing in the bars. When we played in the bars, it was balls out. The best show that we could fucking give them. Were we big timing? Not really, but just the effort has to be there.
It can help me to do everything. It can help me to get another bicycle and get rolling on some wheels again. There we go. And, all that is toward the direction that we're going to be heading, is getting mobile again at some point here, to any means, and trying to get the funds and
this is worth putting up
money together to hopefully get to the point that I can purchase like the electric bike kits or engines or what. I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to have to figure out.
Mike Patton is one of those guys you really, really, really don't want to meet. Asshole on wheels.
With somebody who does, my homeboy might know. And, anybody, if you got those bicycles that they run and they have like an engine on them, you need to stop and talk to me and holler at me and let me know. Just give me a fair price. I'm not paying. I don't have money like that right now.
When they were at their peak, I just considered them as a whole band. But yeah, Ace Frehley made loads of people pick up the guitar. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
Now I'm not paying expensive prices for nonsense. It is not that hard to get a bicycle and get a little engine on it. They do not cost that much. So, don't try to play me because it won't work. But if anyone knows that, because I've seen them downtown here and stuff, if anybody knows how to do that, we need to talk like ASAP. Because
I'll read part of this for the listeners. It's from Red Pill. I guess the serial killer's MO is he stalks people at night. Guess where? 6th Street. Yeah, that's right, Batman. Get on that Greyhound bus and go stop this motherfucker.
That's what I need, and that would enable me to zip around and get around at the right speed and trajectory to do what I need to do, and then I can make my rounds and do what I'm doing. I can't wear the steel armor on it, more than likely. I could, I wouldn't want to. It would be not a good idea because it doesn't have mobility and it'll just lean right there on my leg and then it'll be, all up in the way and it's pure steel. So you don't want to play like that while you're riding the bike. I tried it once and it went all right, but no. But I'll wear this. I got to figure out how to get this thing more secure. I could tell you the things I need. There's a couple of things I need. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's basically like a new cape.
I'll bet TJ will be fine. He can handle it.
I need one that's like the original cape, so it's longer again, because I had to cut this one, and then part of it tore. So it's worked perfectly. It's perfect. Like
and his guitars weigh about 14, 15 pounds. So yeah, it gotta hurt.
Keep using it and keep it, but I just need a new cape because it'll flow more. And then that way, if I'm mobile on a bicycle, I can use this one. But that's why we have the cape the way that it is, because it actually takes like semantics to do all this that the public doesn't know about, because, well, you're not Batman, so you don't understand.
He's wobbling like a weeble there. That's for damn sure. Say goodbye to Stoner. We'll see him on the next show. But you know what that means. Yes, indeed. It's time once again for the pit bull. And smoke him if you got him here on Negative 43 TV, or have a sip of your favorite beverage, or maybe some chips of some kind. Remember, it's all about what makes you happy. Let's go.
How much went into this. When my cape was too long, it used to keep getting caught in the scooter rigging, right in the part that was like almost like the engine. They said it wasn't, but it would heat up, and yeah, the cape would get caught in there, and the bat cycle would stop working, and I'd have to pull the pieces out. This has been a whole thing. It's a whole project. It's a whole thing.
Nothing to apologize for, Tracy. It adds to the show, believe me.
I mean, if you want to joke around and play around, because I'm the real thing, but they should have people doing this as a school project.
Yeah, the bass player in my last band was absolutely in love with Faith No More. Loved them. He also loved Little Caesar, too. That's kind of a biker band.
It'd be kind of funny, like if a student in college or something or whatever wanted to, I'm going to try to become Batman, and if they had a budget and had the money.
Like Kelchu, for example. Every smoke him if you got him. He has a sparkling black currant. Yes, he certainly does, and that's how it goes around here. What sounds good to you right now? That's what you ought to do on Smoke 'em if you got them.
I mean, you could try to do it. You could pretend you will not be able to follow my footsteps. I promise that. I've accomplished too much.
Yeah, at this point, his cape looks like a spider web that was spun by a schizophrenic spider. Is it possible?
Too tough. Y'all ain't built like me, but you could try. You know what I'm saying? You could try, but just don't do it out here where my streets are. That's all I ask. There's only room for one Batman in town, but I mean,
but what?
It'd be kind of a funny project for somebody to do. I think it'd be kind of cool. I mean, if you had money, if you came from a wealthy family, if you had like over $100K, $250,000 in the bank at least,
yeah,
and you wouldn't need to spend much, you got money like that, like I've had in the past, you good, you Gucci, you know what I mean? But you could just buy.
You had that money in the past and you blew it within what, 4 years? 3 years? Where you are at is nobody's fault but yours. Get it through your head.
Something that zips around, moves around like that. Get the suit, get the cape. See, that's not what I did. That's not at all what I did. I made my money cooking last, and then I took everything. I had to put it into building everything.
He made his money cooking, and a few months ago he admitted that he would have to learn how to fry an egg. He would have to learn how to fry an egg. I wouldn't make that up. Honest to God, I wouldn't.
Create the situations. Had to build it all from scratch. It took a lot of money. A lot. You know what I mean? It wasn't easy. All this stuff, this bulletproof vest cost thousands of dollars.
You got it at Temu. You got it at Temu. You got it at fucking Temu. You said so yourself, and now it is time to grip. New Chiron, everyone.
And this is just a level 3A plate. That's another thing, too. If people send me some more cash, we just need money. We need funds. I need help from the public. If you can give me, even if you just let me borrow it or gift me.
Loan you money. Nobody's that fucking dumb, bud. Nobody's that fucking dumb.
A scooter. I've heard people down here say that. You'd have to just pull over and have it with you or something and just give it to me, I guess. I don't know. You kind of can figure out how I move a little bit. Sometimes I switch it up, but for right now, but we got to have a budget, man. There's a lot of things that
you're never going to get a budget. You're sitting around on your ass expecting God to perform a miracle for you that is never coming. To say that you're pathetic doesn't even begin. Please welcome Hatfield McCoy. That's a lot better. I like it when he shows up.
Go into this that I'm not able to give right now, and I really need. It would help tremendously. I got to try to figure out the belts, utility belts. Then we get into the real fun stuff, because if I have a budget, see, if the people can help me and the audience can help me just create the budget. I mean, the possibilities are limitless, man. I mean, you're talking about.
The possibilities are limitless, but all the possibilities are further down. They're beneath you. You've yet to hit that level, but you're going to hit it, and then the next one lower, and the next one lower, and the next one lower, and you get it.
I could start figuring out how to invent and create the grappling thing, and there's ways to do it. That's what I'm saying. If y'all give me money, if the audience will donate, I mean, they sell, I think it's like $20-something. It'll be a fee online to order, but they got Kevlar scarves like this, which is what I need for the neck.
Which will do nothing.
Right? I could get that for I think it's like 20-something, but I don't know what it is with the fees and taxes. Probably a bit more, but that's what I'm saying. Everything just costs money, but that's a pretty good price. And I think I can find it again online, and I could purchase that. Need that. What else? I could work on, rib padding, rib protection for this suit, for this one. Work on getting this more stable, secure, where it's not bumping up and down. I really don't like it, and hoping that I'll be all right from it, because it's not good. That repetitive, you know what I mean?
You mean like your shows? Repetitive like your shows? You might be fucked.
What else? It's on the tip of my tongue right now, man.
It's semen. That's what it is. It's semen on the tip of your tongue.
The hell else was it?
Like the nut you had hung up in your beard during our last show.
Oh, yeah. On Temu, I don't like Temu at all. I think that all they do is scam every 5 seconds. Personally, I think it's pretty obvious what all the companies do. But Temu sells, and they have them online, I'm sure, from other companies. They got these claws and hooks. Okay? And that's all you need. I mean, you literally could invent a grappling thing. I think you just would need something probably with some propulsion. I just want to make sure that if I do that, it's legal and it looks okay. I mean, it is legal, but I want it to look okay so no one mistakes it for anything else. You know what I mean? Because I'm always just me and my hands, and that's it.
Welcome, Logie Berra, to the show. I am feeling much better today. Thank you. I just got up yesterday and I was just flat. Just no energy. My legs were just lead. So I didn't even go to the gym yesterday. There's no way that I could have. My legs just revolted against me the minute I got up yesterday. But no, I'm feeling a lot better today. Thank you for asking.
You know what I mean? But I want to figure that out, because they got all that, and then you could just.
I've been trying to tell everybody that comes in here fresh the big news. There is a serial you-know-what in Austin, Texas. They just found victim number 38, I believe, yesterday. He needs to head up there ASAP and back his shit up and go get this bitch.
Get like a cord or like a steel cable. You get propulsion somehow out of something, and then it would just projectile out, launch out, right? And you'd have to have harnesses too. I can order harnesses of some sort, attach it to whatever belt I got, or a Batman belt, and voila, if you can get the claw and the hook to weave in there and swivel in there on a swivel, right? And you can harness it, And if it was a cable that was strong enough to pull you,
I am missing new arrivals because I'm doing so much behind the scenes, but here's an arrival I dare not miss. Ladies and gentlemen, please bow. You are now in the presence of the real Tyree Sneed. It's an honor.
and if it was made like that, where the cable would actually start bringing you that direction, it's a very scary concept. You know, I'd be in midair. It's not an easy thing, but I could at least take the steps towards trying to figure it out. And if I tried to do it down here, I'm sure people would think the videos are pretty funny of me trying to do the grappling thing and actually harness and actually climb up. But I'm smart enough, I can figure it out.
I go down to our exercise room 6 days a week, and I pretty much can't live without it. It's become a total addiction. I'll call it that.
I mean, I've been able to figure everything else out. People tried to build functional bats.
You want to get like me? Before you go to sleep, open up a video called Enjoy Exercising 10 Hours. Put that in, it'll come right to you, and within a week, you will brainwash yourself.
For years, man. They've been trying to do this forever. I'm the only one who just said, it's not that complicated like anything. Took 18 gauge steel armor, put a cape on it. Took a bulletproof vest, put a cape on it. Voila, 2 bat suits. And they're fully functional, right? And I do everything in them. So it's like, I'm pretty smart guy, right? And it's the same thing with stocks. People overcomplicate stocks. Stocks are very simple. The stock market just operates off of human, behavior and fear, and mostly off your fear. Because
I would have never imagined that I would get locked into it as much as I am right now. So yesterday that was just something else on top of just feeling blah. I just didn't have any energy. Like all day long, I was like, you should have went to the gym. You should have went to the gym. You should have went to the gym. It's pretty relentless in my mind that way.
Because you got a fear-based, world, sadly, and that's why they always lose their money. See, that's the thing. I never really lost anything. I've done well. I just have to start over for no reason because, people's game.
Yep, it's 6 days a week, and I am thinking about getting a Y membership so I can have access to weights. Wouldn't overlook, but just have access to weights and the ability to do different exercises that I can't do in our exercise room, which has everything I need.
Games and problems and whatever sabotage. That's all. I didn't fail at anything. I've succeeded.
Well, DZ, that's the whole point. Everybody thinks that when they exercise, they got to go at it. They got to be intense. I'm anti-intensity. Just do it. Don't push yourself. There is no need to tax yourself to your absolute limit. Just do it and start really slow. When I started on the bike, I was doing 30 minutes a day. I added 5 minutes a day every month until I reached 55 minutes. And I stay there because the calorie burn at 55 minutes is perfect for me.
And I've had to succeed a million more times than any of you. And that's why I know so much. That's why I have this knowledge base. That's why I try to teach people, because I'm a symbol of success. Never failed at anything. So that's why when you get these people who have failed at everything and they want to get online and start projecting and I'm all right. I can see your agenda.
As of right now, the only weights that I use is a set of 5-pound dumbbells. That's it. Been using them for months, and I'm getting results. I'm seeing muscles I've never seen, and my arms are starting to form lines that I've never seen before. I think that says that they're starting to cut a little bit. And I'm thinking if I can increase the weight just a little bit.
You're just thirsty. That's all that is. So, like I said, I mean, acknowledging somebody's accomplishments is a choice.
My both of my knees are arthritic, both of my hips are arthritic, both of my shoulders are arthritic, and then of all things, the big toe on my right foot is arthritic. That's the entire list. I just find the arthritis in the big toe of the right foot to be just kind of random.
I've accomplished everything. I accomplished everything with this, never folded, right? So again, don't get online.
Yeah, I mean, if you do like 10 minutes to start with or 15 minutes to start with, that's fine. Remember, I'm anti-intensity. You should not overwork. That high intensity shit works for a few, but not all, believe me.
On and say things that don't exist. I don't know what that is. I don't know where they do that at, but don't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah, this time around when I started, I was 228 and I was 232 about 3 weeks before that. And my peak weight during my life was 261 pounds.
See, you got to give credit where credit's due. You know, understand? So when people accomplish things, they accomplished it. I'm a boss, man. I did everything right with this. And these people are looking up to me. I'm the blueprint. I'm the architect of reality. Batman went and became everything. I'm the entire blueprint. And now all these people trying to study my moves. And I'm going to say something else again, man. I don't know why, but don't act like y'all ain't paying attention that Cyrax keeps quoting me.
Absolutely not. Not a punishment. My motto is no bad experiences. And I live that, man. If I get to a point where my mind says you've had enough, I've had enough. I'll leave. Doesn't happen much, but I listen.
I'm biggest fan, obviously. I mean, he's sitting there talking to him on the videos. And
oh, dude, it's a log road. Believe me, it's a log road. You'll hit plateaus. Like I hit a plateau this last winter where I was just stuck forever between 191 and 193, and I stayed there for 3 months. It drove me out of my mind.
Funny. And he'll be talking and he's mid-sentence and then he starts talking about, what did he say? He said, he keeps quoting Batman because he's obsessed with me watching all my videos. I'm his hero. What was it? About the shadows, you know. Oh, he said
no, yeah, Chaos, the way my bike works that I exercise on the recumbent bike, it's actually more like a weight machine because I am building so much muscle in my legs. I've always had a tendency to develop muscular legs, and it's working. Like I said, I almost treat that like a weight machine, but I would like access to a real weight machine, just, you know, a better all-around workout about 2 times a week.
He said, you were only born in the dark. I was molded by it. Oh, for real. That boy thought he was Bane. Cyrax thought he was Bane. Oh, for real. I'm telling you, I got him quoting me, coach. All of them. It's funny as hell. You know, I don't, other people's business ain't my business. I'm not here to judge. I don't know any of them folks.
If you wanted to tell us your weight, DZ, there is nothing to be embarrassed about. Nothing at all.
Know nothing about him. You feel me? But I'm just saying, Batman is a big deal.
After all, if you can't feel free to be absolutely yourself in Sneedville, I'm really serving no purpose.
And it's crazy because the ones that keep announcing, they have to use those videos just so they can try to barely get by because they're all poor and they ain't making no money off of them in the first place because you can't make money.
I know your story, DZ, and that would make a lot of people start tying ropes, looking for bridges, things like that. You're a strong guy.
Money off exploitation. Common sense, smart one, right? And they act like it's such a serious thing, but they don't make any bread. That's the actual truth, right? So at the end of the day, it's just funny because the announcers, they keep trying to talk about it and then they have to ignore it. Or the one just said, hey, you can clearly see what Cyrax has been watching. But they don't want to bring me up because
I understand that, Deez. Like I said, a lot of guys that would have been enough. Period. You're a strong guy.
If they give me any more shine, these people make a career off of saying people's names and coming at them online and blah 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 and doing all their weirdo stuff. But with me, they're afraid to speak my name. Think about that. I'm the only one who has a presence.
Tyrese Need. I'm not afraid to mention your name. But I'm not afraid of you. Neither is anybody in this chat, and that includes all of the women as well.
That's that gangster and that powerful that even the online trolls are in fear and completely terrified to even speak my name, right? And not just because they know it'll get me attention. I mean, they're genuinely scared. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. become a legend. If you become more than just a man, if you become an ideal, and they can't stop you.
She got married? Oh, dude. Oh, no. Oh, wow. What a mistake, huh?
Then you become something else entirely. What's that? Legend, Mr. Wayne. Feel me? Give me a minute here.
And we will always have your back. Should this be something you decide you want to do, remember, go out and get a great big exercise ball, one of the inflatable ones. Every day I sit down on a blue exercise ball and I rotate my hips, first in one direction, then in another direction. I'm using it like what they call a wobble chair. I wish I tried to find one used. There are very few out there used. Apparently the people who get them love them. And it cured my sciatica back in the day. Straightened it out anyhow. But yeah, get that big exercise ball. Sit down and wiggle on it. It really helps. Oh, I thought I hit the button. Boom! There we go. Oh, okay. That's right. I re-hit the button and he's still being absolutely quiet. He's a challenge sometimes. Looking for the circle of mouth. Divert your eyes if you're sensitive that way. Yep, there's a flash. There's another. Okay, there's mouth. There's mouth. There's mouth. Okay, I think we're good to let it go now. We are 12 minutes and 47 seconds behind this loser. Negative 43 TV, 17 minutes after the hour.
Over here, man, nothing but good things are coming to me. That's it, man. You know what I mean? Good things, good calling. Man, I'm back, man. I got good things every day. I can't do this best. You know what I mean? But God continues to give me strength. He continues to give me power. And, you know, that's all I can really say, man. I'm still going through major things physically, trying to figure this out. And I don't understand it because I tried one thing and like I was all right for a little while. I was feeling a little better yesterday.
Yeah, it certainly does help the joints. And when I listed my arthritic conditions, I left out the biggest one. My lower spine is arthritic. That's where the wobble chair thing comes in. It breaks off a lot of rust. It really does.
Then I start feeling horrible, and I don't know. It's just weird. I heard something online about salt. So I tried salt. Like I normally just do it like once a day here and there, and I tried it again. And then I felt horrible. I don't know why. It's weird, but you know.
Okay, he has ended the stream. The stream is now concluded.
Try to keep pushing. What I went through physically is literally impossible. One of the hardest things you could ever go through. So I mean, that's why I believe God's promise. I believe when He tells me.
Oh, you bet. Oh my God, you bet. For years, I couldn't stand up straight. I couldn't. Literally, there was a time where I couldn't walk a single block. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. The sciatica was in control of my life. And I was eating and eating and eating on top of that, which of course makes you heavier, which makes your sciatica worse because you're creating more pressure on the nerve. Oh my fucking God. And I still get barked at. To this day, my sciatica will remind me that it does still exist. I can go to, say, Sam's Club, walk around 45 minutes, no problem. The 46th minute, it's, hi, sciatica, you remember me? It's not bad, but it reminds me.
I'm an immortal vampire. I'm immortal. You know what I mean? Because how else would I have made it this far? You know, if you could even understand or comprehend what I go through every day physically, you would understand, but none of y'all do because, well, most of you probably don't care. And if you do care, I mean, you still don't have any way of really understanding it. You know what I mean? Because it ain't you. It didn't happen to you. So be thankful for that, you know? So
yeah, it used to be every great now and again, I would get a jolt of a nerve. A nerve would get pinched. It's an electric pain. It's simply fucking unbelievable. Sciatica is kind of an electrical pain as well. When that's going really good, it just feels like that nerve is just going to blow out of the bottom of your foot.
I mean, with me, like I said, I don't know. It's weird, man. Life is crazy, bro. You know, all these things happen to me.
Say goodbye to SRP Designs. He leaves us today, but make sure you come back soon now, okay? It was nice having you.
Do these things because these people, they targeted me and all that, but the same time, it's like it's almost like it's, you know, sparked the change, and it created the brink and everything for all this to take off, and maybe be a huge part of, you know, me becoming Batman. And that's the way I try to look at it. So like I said, that's why I'm Batman the Alchemist, because I alchemize even the most negative stuff and try to turn it into.
I'll read this for the listener simply so you can get more tuned into the side conversation that is going on here. It's from DZ, and he says, my mom is the toughest person I know. She's had at least a dozen surgeries, with at least half of those being major. Never saw her cry till her first introduction to sciatica. There's no explaining it. There's absolutely no explaining it. One time I had a really, really bad flare-up, and I'm just trying to roll over in bed, and it's about 3 times louder. And Mrs. Baritone said, not to be mean or anything, she says, does that really hurt that bad? Yeah, it does, or I wouldn't be screaming, doll.
To a positive. That's just what you have to do, man. You have to. If you don't, I mean,
5 minutes of tennis. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I can't run. Running is totally permanently off the menu. It's just too much of an impact on my spine, if nothing else. My cardio is great. I ride that bike about 12 miles a day. My cardio is as good as it can be for somebody who smoked as much as I did over the years. I'm thinking about getting a basketball. Honest to God, not to get into a run. I think that's what they call a game nowadays. Just to go over in the middle of the afternoon and hoist some jump shots and perhaps work some different muscles.
You're going to have a hard time all the time, you know. Just being genuine. But tired, man. But shout out to everybody. Much love. Like I said, we going to keep.
Yep, electricity, heat, stabbing. It's horrible. Now I've had a heart attack. I think anybody that's been here for any length of time knows that sciatica hurts worse. It does. It hurts worse than a heart attack. What a heart attack is, it just brings on terror. You're going to live or you're going to die, and you're going to do it right fucking now. Negative 43 TV, 22 minutes after the hour.
Keep on delivering and trying to do the best we can. I don't know. It is what it is. Today I'm tired again, but yeah,
yeah,
going through stuff physically.
Now, speaking of my inability to run, the whole pickleball thing is just fucking killing me. It's killing. That looks like something that I would just get so deep into.
But like I said, man, we just need money, man. We need all the donations we can get. The more we can get people on board with this, the farther we're going to go and be able to take it. All right. So, like I said, just keep on donating, please. You know, I'm really trying to do
ATV accidents. There's a load of them. I used to work with a guy that damn near died because of one. And my best friend, somehow or another, accidentally drove an ATV. It wasn't his, literally off a cliff, fell 150 feet and had minor injuries. Minor injuries. Sometimes God just puts his hand underneath you and says, land easy.
Do my best as far as, you know, the requests on trying to hold back a little bit, because I really just need some help.
Yeah, you know, Mimi, I don't think I would ever have back surgery, even if it was recommended, because everybody that I know, and it was only like 2 or 3 guys that I worked with over 20 years ago that had back surgery, they ended up worse off. They ended up with less mobility. But then again, I'm sure that some of that had to do with the fact that neither of these people did any rehab at all. The glass factory I worked at, nobody exercised, believe me.
But I try to keep them relatively small, you know, like $5. You know what I mean? Like I said, the one dude, I mean, he went out of his way, man. I mean, you know, it was very nice of him. I mean, let's get real. He sent me like $20. You know what I'm saying? And then shout out to, well, I'm not going to say.
Oh, God. Oh, hell no. Turn backwards. Oh, Jesus Christ. Must have turned your ankle into a bag of marbles, dude. Jesus. Oh, God.
Their name, because then all these people start doing the same weird stuff. But, you know, the other person, they've donated consistently. They just started, but, you know, they'll send like 5 at a time. And
Red Pill at 50, I'll just give you credit for attempting it, let alone completing the task. That's pretty good for people our age.
Appreciate it. And there's another request out right now. So hopefully people will understand. I need it right now, man. I need all the help I can get. That's why I'm asking. And, it'll really, really change things. It helps me tremendously. You know what I mean? And like I said, we just got to get through this month. We got to get to this check, and then we got to keep pushing from there and see what the next challenges are, because there's challenges.
What I was saying a few minutes ago about you being a strong person, yeah, that kind of proves a lot of people would lay there for a long time and just hope that somebody discovered them, like Tyree, for example. Yeah, that's manly, dude.
Every day, every day looks impossible. That's why, in my opinion, you have to turn to God. Every day for me has been literally impossible, and you got to turn to God. You got to give it to God. It's just the truth, So, another thing, like I said, I have a big problem with that church group, and my reasoning for that is because.
Okay, what is it?
Because, well, they're corrupt. They're doing a bunch of illegal activity. It's all illegal. It should be shut down, and I mean that. Other than that, all these other people, I support them. I support y'all's jobs. I support your careers. I just have to say how I feel. And, sometimes it's going to, it may not be what everybody wants to hear. I'm not a people pleaser. I need to say the truth and reality.
You're not a people pleaser. That's why you get no tips. Among many other reasons. That's another reason.
We need to have this system fixed. Oh, there's my honey. I was about to get going, but
yeah, sooner or later you would have to do what you would have to do. But I think that a lot of people would have laid up there a long time before they said, "Oh, okay, maybe I ought to try to get out of here before sundown."
Oh, hold on.
I don't want to hold on. You're just making this work. Negative 43 TV. I'm Rich Baritone on a Sunday afternoon, 27 minutes after the hour. Let's grab the slider of destiny. We're inside the last 10 minutes, and there it was. Okay, there we go. Well,
because I was about to get going, try to get started. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I need to just get into this and see what I can do. But I love you more than anything, Christina. Don't ever forget. My wonderful girlfriend.
Can you imagine the mindset that you would have to get into to amputate your arm with a pocket knife or something ridiculous? Do you know what headspace you'd have to be in?
And like I said, she was there for me too. You know what I mean? Like, she sent me like $3 and some other donations. She helped me save my bank account. Like the other month,
yeah, dude had to amputate his arm with a Swiss Army knife. Hopeless situation again. I think most people probably would have just died. Not this dude. Oh, dude, manly, yeah, confirmed.
She's been there for me as much as she can. Okay, cool. Ask her what she's up to. But yeah, man, like I said, over here it's just positive, love, fun atmosphere, loving fun atmosphere. I'm just me, man. My energy is magnetic. I already know.
Funny you should mention that. I went to high school with a guy who was pretty normal until his senior year, and then he started acting really, really strange. And then about a year after he graduated, he showed up at a hospital where one of my friends was working as an orderly in the emergency room, and he had cut off his dick. Shaved his head. He was just gone. Did they put him away? No. 3 days later, he jumped off a parking garage. That was it.
So people gravitate to me, and I don't know. I just try to have a good time, man. I'm just glad that I put a smile on people's face.
You do, for all the wrong reasons. I read it for the listeners from Tracy Young, Lorena Bobbitt. Also amputated a penis, famously so, I must say. Come on, hit the button.
Glad that I'm changing lives for the better and helping people and inspiring people, man. Just like Bruce Wayne said, I'm glad that I'm inspiring people. Remember when he tells Alfred, he says there's more copycats last night, Alfred. He says, with what? Right? And he's like, it's not exactly what I had in mind when I said I wanted to inspire people. And I think we're going to go through things like that too. Um, but like I said, people love it, man. I know that people are going to gravitate to it because it's real. And
Yeah, she put on quite a show on the stand too, all traumatized and everything. Have you ever noticed that you can really tell when somebody's fucking bullshitting and putting it on? Lorena Bobbitt was putting it the fuck on.
I've just changed things, man. I really have. I've changed the course of events, the course of everything, the course of the future, the course of the world. And now I'm just kind of architecting and building everything. You know, these people don't understand. I became everything. I became the blueprint. Now everybody is behind me and following my lead. And that's what happens when you're a natural born leader. And this is what I tried to explain to these people since day one. That's why when you narcs get around me, I let you do your thing. You want to act like you're in power
Yeah, it's easy. Overconfidence can be a really bad
and
thing.
control. I let you do it because you're going to end up doing it to yourself anyway while you're trying to control everything. And that's exactly what's happened. They do it to themselves. You understand? And then I go on about my business and continue to be exactly what I am. Y'all are control freaks, man. Y'all got to get over it, bro. Control is not that important, man. And you ain't in control of nothing. God is. Believe me. And trust me, God sees all. He sees all you.
God is in control of everything, and you can tell by your personal circumstances. You're being punished. You're being punished daily for being a raging fucking dick. You know what? I need another cup of coffee, so I'm going to step away for a minute, maybe two. I'll mute the mic, and you know what that could lead to? It might lead to a mute game winner here on Negative 43 TV. And by the way, I've had that up for a long time. Let's shift out of smoke them if you got them for right now. Ladies and gentlemen, my credentials. I am actually Major Rich Baritone of the Order of Action. Yep, that's my rank. It sure is. Negative 43 TV. I'll be right back. Enjoy.
People and what you've done towards others and everything and the way you treat folks. And, God doesn't forget, man. God told me vengeance is mine. So it is what it is. All right, but yeah, like I said, we gonna have build this fan base. I'm gonna take a look at these videos real quick. I'm gonna get started today. Again, I am out here today. Anybody want to pull up and talk to me and have a friendly conversation? You want to buy me a meal? You want to put some cash in my pocket? You want to donate? You are more than welcome to. That's right. And if you want to come do this training, I am out here right now. I don't hide from nobody and nothing. Right? I'm easy to find. Right? This is my office. Step into my office. Anybody want to talk to me? Come talk to the gangster. All right. Like I said, we could do the training, man. I can't believe that people haven't shown up for the training. I genuinely can't believe it. There were some folks playing like a little bit of baseball out here yesterday, just throwing the ball around, but I have not seen anyone pull up and say, yo, I want to do the training. It's $25 for a 30-minute session, 50 for an hour. That's all you got to do. And I'll teach you. I'll get you in shape in every way. I mean, it doesn't like a lot of people be like, I don't want to build muscle or get strong. That's fine. I got everything. I got something for that too in the workouts. That's not a problem. I can have you work out for whatever your goals are, but it will actually work. And like I said, instead of throwing money away on a gym trainer, why would you do that? Like that's the part that I don't understand. People want to act like they know what they're doing, but they don't, and they want to look down on others. What is there to look down on me? See, that's the thing I never understood. I never got that, especially like down here. I was like what? Like, gots to be delusional. Like, I'm the top dog in this country, man. I've competed basically in gyms across the country. I've been doing this for a long time, man. People don't know who they talking to. Um, it don't get no more Billy than me. It's just that simple. So people know what it is. But like I said, man, we just need funds right now, man. Like I said, if we can get enough money together too, it gets me mobile. I can go into town. I can go sit down and get me some fast food, and it just helps me to do what I need to do, man. That's all, But seriously, thank you from the bottom of my heart to the people who are trying to step up and be there for me. I got people who are almost becoming a second family without me really trying. And I truly appreciate everything. And I just want people to know that I genuinely really mean that because, I never really asked people for anything or expected anything. But I'm man enough to admit when I need help. And I've given everything I have to everybody else around me. That's the real truth. And, sometimes we need help, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. And I don't regret it, man. I'm glad that I've helped everybody else genuinely, man. I wouldn't be in this position, man, if it wasn't for me taking care of everybody and helping everybody. There's my homeboy. Wonder if I could get him to talk on here for a minute, but I think he's walking. Try to say hi. I think this is him. Is he gonna come over here?
Weird time to come back, I see.
Trying to avoid the sun. It's hot as hell out here, dude. Yo.
What?
Yo. Yeah, I got you. Good. You? I'm all right. I'm on a live stream. I wanted to know if you wanted to talk on it at all for a little bit, but it's all good if you're busy.
Really?
Yeah, you're fine. Appreciate you. It's how I make my money. Yeah, I do them all the time. I speak publicly. I've been doing it for like 2 decades. So
Oh, God.
just educate, the public, talk about Illuminati, Masonry.
Oh, God.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's why I have to kind of do it. Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, you're good, though. But yeah, I'll be right here. I'm going to get it in a minute. So if you want to come around. Appreciate it. You too, yeah. He's just like, he's a teacher, so he's very proper and upright.
He's flabbergasted. He's also trying to figure out whether or not he should be scared of you because you look like a madman, and madmen can be violent. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't know that you're a complete vagina. Please welcome Steve Revan to the show. And I'll go back through here, make sure nobody snuck in on me while I was making coffee. Boy, is this good. We got a nice little decaf going with a little extra sugar-free raspberry syrup and just enough milk. Oh, boy, it's delicious. And it didn't cost me anything other than the purchase price. That sort of made sense, and it kind of didn't either. It's weird that way. If you weren't with us for the last show, we got into a thing where we were coming up with Ernest movie titles. If Tyree Sneed was playing Ernest, it was really fun. And we got another one here about 2 days later. It's from Skip. Timu Jim Varney stars in Ernest Meets Another Mongoloid. He's close to the end.
Trying to just get his attention at all. So most of the time he doesn't hear me. But like I said,
it's not smoke 'em if you got 'em, but who cares? Go on ahead with it.
We're going to keep on pushing forward. We're going to keep on doing what we do.
We'll be having the last smoke 'em if you got 'em for this show in about 10 minutes, maybe 15.
And I don't know. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, at least he had the right attitude. He said that he don't want to mess up anything for me either. So I get that because there is rules on here and everything. So it is what it is, man. We're gonna keep on pushing. All right, but I'll be back in a minute, man. I appreciate everybody. Much love.
You appreciate nobody. You have no love for anything. And I don't even think, honestly, that you have any love for yourself. I honestly don't. That was Batman is the Blueprint here on -43 TV. I'm Rich Baritone, 39 minutes after the hour. Let's run one more thing here. We've been here 2 hours and 48 minutes, 2 hours and 49 minutes, which proves once again I am incapable of doing a short show. And the hours just fly by. It's like I just started. It is absolutely amazing and something I just love to do. So let's go back to the original intent of this show. It's Indianapolis Needs Batman. Donate and show support people. Hashtag Indianapolis. Let's go back. Curtains up. Oh, curtains up. Okay, did I even hit the button? I hit the button. Here he goes.
And welcome to the show, folks. Another wonderful episode of Batman Radio. All right.
Yes. Not on radio.
Like I said,
Uh-huh.
I know what I'm doing on here, man.
Based on what?
We got to try to keep pushing. It's just that simple. If you paid attention to YouTube or the news that was televised on it,
Yeah.
you will see there was a bunch of crazy stuff
Uh-huh.
that went on in Indianapolis today. I've been to Indianapolis.
He has never set foot in Indianapolis. Negative 43 TV.
It's kind of
He's never mentioned it until now, so you know he's never been there.
it's kind of ratchet up there. It's pretty ghetto. Their hotels got roaches. You know, not
Oh,
saying
there
that
are parts of Indianapolis that are as bad as any other place in the country. Take that to the bank. My daughter lives in the suburbs.
they don't exist everywhere, but there was a lot of them, and they weren't like normal ones. But
Oh, by the way, this is for Ty Wee, just in case he's listening or watching right this very minute. My daughter lives in a suburb of Indianapolis, and she makes $100,000 a year. Suck on that.
yeah, Indianapolis is pretty worn down,
Her husband makes about 90, and he's about to go six figures too.
man. And you know, again, the guy's trying to make excuses on there on the news and downplay it and act like he's giving a lecture to people when trying to basically put the blame on the parents when it's really not just the parents to blame. I mean, they play a part in it, of course, right?
And you would
But-
know this,
I mean,
and you would know this how. It's usually a combination of factors. Yeah, it is.
and they're sitting there, the reporters are trying to ask him questions about
Of course, some kids, such as Tyrese Need, were just born shitty.
like what the city is going to do. And as usual, the city has no answer. Because like I said, those people, they don't actually do their
Why, you learn something every day. I've never heard of a solar hit. That must be a quite the fascinating process.
job. They don't protect us. They don't help us. And when American citizens realize this, that they have absolutely no job purpose, they're going to want defunding, like I've called for publicly. It makes no sense. There's people getting paid to drive around and gang stalk, literally, and do nothing. They're just targeting innocent people like me, like what I went through. We have no need for any of that. All of it should be defunded immediately. And that's just what it is. What we need is a Batman, literally, to just go out there in the street and get everything right.
Again, the big news on this Sunday is that there is a serial you-know-what loose in Austin, Texas, in his old stomping grounds, and apparently they're getting a lot of their victims from 6th Street. You know that, Drag. Come on up and save us all.
The way it needs to be, instead of a guy that, like I said, has a fake title of fake assumed power and has no power and wants to lecture parents about.
Oh, hell yeah, that sounds great, Deezy. And speaking of ordering things, I had got a coupon, basically, for a $10 cigar sampler from Cigar International, I believe it is. I'm getting that bitch. In fact, I'll order it right after the show.
About what they should do. I think that reporters are asking the right questions like any normal person would. What is the city going to do about this? Right? Because you want to complain about it and say, oh, they're coming downtown.
Man, just so many different ways to consume cannabis nowadays. It's a golden age of sorts. It really, really is. But At the same time, it kind of isn't. I never thought that I would see the day that Ohio would have legal dispensaries. And when they got them, they fucked it up completely. They have fucked it up completely. They are still losing business, lots of it, to Michigan. Because Michigan charges half of what Ohio charges, in some cases, more than half of what Ohio charges. Pitiful.
Lingering and whatnot. And they're not here for any purpose. They're just standing around lingering. Well, yeah, but that comes down to you doing your job. You see, he's talking about they're scared to approach people and ask them what they're doing. Like, yeah, no wonder. See, that's what I'm saying. And that's how a city gets out of hand like that. Exactly that. Because there's no authority there, right? But see, if you have a Batman, it's a lot different. A whole lot different, because they're going to be too scared to be messing around.
I know the feeling from very recently, DZ. As you all know, Sneedville bought me a new used set of golf clubs. I went very, very retro, and boy, was I psyched up to get those clubs. And there was a reason for it. Boy, they're good. They're 39 years old, but they're good. They sure are. Hit the button, Rich. Come on now.
Around, right? It's just like discipline goes a long way. I went through it. It was necessary for me, real talk. For my upbringing, had I not had that from my father.
Yeah, it's really weird. It is strange that it only just now broke into national news, but apparently there was a leak somewhere.
I mean, I would have never become the man that I am. You know what I mean? So again, let me remind you folks, my business ain't your business. I won't be coming on here saying my business at all, right? It's my business, right? Like I said, I'm going to continue to come on here and push forward and demand.
Yeah, Ledge, it's a great feeling. For just a little bit of time, you can feel like you're 10 years old again, anticipating Christmas. It's like that.
Not ask, demand and tell the public to do their job and do your part and donate. You understand? Outside of that, I think it's pretty self-explanatory at this point, and that's about it. Okay. These different individuals, they all have chances to support, right? It is what it is, man. You know
yes,
what I mean?
It is exactly what it is.
They all have chances.
It is what it is. You're absolutely correct. What it is what it's been in the past. You ain't getting shit from us. And the money that you get will be in such small amounts that it will be comical, funny even.
To support that Evan Recca dude, he's completely insane. He's out of his mind. And, he's like the real Joker.
We had a serial killer working in a hospital here in Columbus, Ohio, and he got away with it. Not guilty. Dr. William Husel found not guilty. He poisoned over 50 people to death, including one of my best friends from high school. And he's out. He was found not guilty. His lawyer's great and his lawyer's evil all at the same time. I mean, if you're going to take that kind of a case, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, who am I? What am I doing?
Almost, but he has a chance to show some support here, okay? Because he supported a little.
That money you're going to get from, getting an obviously guilty guy off the hook, you can pack that money into the hole in your soul.
Before. Now, the thing with someone like Evan Recca is he's a part of this, okay? Because he claims that he went through a whole bunch of stuff, and he was talking about somebody. I don't know if it was Alexis K. Tyler or something like that.
Yeah, I think he was in the hospital for the flu, something like that. Had been sick 3 or 4 days and just finally gave up, went to the doctor, and Husel murdered him. Husel murdered all of the people he was accused of killing, and yet somehow, some way, a jury acquitted him of all of it. He's still living in Columbus for some reason. He needs to move, but that's going to follow him for the rest of his fucking life. The guy is an evil bastard that got lucky. I hate to use that phrase in this situation, but yeah, William Husel will wind up in hell. Negative 43 TV.
he keeps saying their name and saying that what her intentions are towards him. And I think there's truth to it. So first of all, I've been wanting to speak
Yeah, Deezy, I suppose so.
with Evan Recca, but I can never get a hold of him because he doesn't make sense and he's too busy dealing with this troll stuff and these weird people.
You can't get a hold of him because he doesn't make any sense? Could be he sees it's your number and he just doesn't pick up.
And I think that's their goal, like the pink
I'll bet that's what's going on. Negative 43
one.
TV
That's
even.
why he talks about him, to cover up the truth. The truth can't be covered up, brother. The truth rises. You understand? Just like y'all got your weird names talking about this.
No, and apparently he was recently on the local news, which is something that I absolutely do not watch, whining about the fact that he can't get a job. He can't get a job. His wife is working and supporting the family, but this asshole can't get a job. Nor should he. The best thing he could do, of course, would be to legally change his name and move somewhere else. It's what he has to do, but evil just doesn't care sometimes.
This and that, trying to take quotes from the movie. Like, dude, you have nothing to do with this. This is not acting. I'm really Batman. This has nothing to do with y'all. You need to change your name ASAP. You have nothing to do with this. See, that's corny. That's corny energy. You're going to jump on the bandwagon because somebody's the real thing.
Yeah, it's all out of control and nobody can do anything about it. Yes.
Right. See, that's not what happened. This is the problem with
I was responding to the end of this comment right here.
these people is they're always in corny energy, fake energy. We don't tolerate fake corny energies over here. So again, I'm out here active, doing my thing, right?
Yep, just like a real narcissist would, you bet. Wasn't his fault either, just like a narcissist.
I can already feel it on my shoe. I need a new pair of shoes. We got to get some money over
He
here.
was blaming the nurses that were giving the fentanyl out. And you would wonder why at some point some nurse wouldn't say, wait a minute, this is not right. This is not right. And then go over his head. Never happened. You see, there's a thing between nurses and doctors. A lot of doctors still believe they're God, and a lot of nurses still think they are too.
Here, folks. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? We got to build. We got to get this other nonsense. Like, we got to get people to understand you need to donate. You need to donate some real money.
Nope.
It's just that simple.
Not
Everybody.
happening.
Anything that you can send me, anything you can chip in right now will help tremendously. You understand? I think that was one of those trucks that transports money. I think they just honked at me.
Yeah, it's out of control, Deez.
Like a Garda truck or whatever. That's awesome. So, like I said, I'm doing the best I can, right? I'm progressively trying my best to get it together and figure this out. Like I said, I need help. I need everybody in the public to join in and come together. I need a wave of support to come in.
You need to help yourself.
It's just that simple. And that is how the cookie crumbles. And like I said, all these cities, they need me. It's the truth. They need a Batman. You understand? It's the only way that we're going to be able to, like these cities can actually enforce their policies. Batman can do it for you. Straight up. See,
Batman can't do anything for himself, so how are you going to do anything for anyone else? I just explain it, please.
told y'all it matters. It matters that I got respect in the hood, and even if I didn't, that I got the you know what to be there, right? It matters because instead of all these officials trying to handle these matters, and it's too much for them and they can't handle
That is true, Tracy, and many narcissists are actually very good at something. Part of the root of their narcissism.
it, right? What you get is you get this. You get a Batman. You get a thug, right? too.
Batman was not a thug. Let's go on ahead and do this one last time for this show, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Pit Boss. It is time for smoke 'em if you got 'em, which also means maybe have a bag of potato chips or a nice Coca-Cola. It's up to you. And there he is right now, Negative 43 TV. Let's enjoy, shall we?
You know, basically, be the macho guy in the street, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, you know what I mean? These wannabe gangsters, wannabe thugs, wannabe gang members, they don't have any respect for you. You understand? But they got to respect me. That's the difference. And that's what you need. You need somebody who, is root 'em, toot 'em, cowboy. That's what you need. I'm not on here talking. People know me all over the U.S. You know what's up. Everybody know who I am. You know what I mean? I'm not on here looking for a rep.
You know what I just did? Mrs. Baritone brought in a brand new salt grinder that she had bought, the kind with the salt in it and everything, wanted me to take the cap off of it. Okay, old, big, strong, Rich Baritone. It took me almost 10 seconds to get the damn thing off. Boy, that's tight tolerances on that one.
Care about none of that, homie. I really come from the streets. I run the streets. The streets is mine. Feel me? I don't care where I'm at. That's the difference. I'm not out here faking, fronting, and flogging while all y'all go to work. I run the streets. Different.
You don't run them, you walk on the streets. That's what you do. You run absolutely nothing. You need to disabuse yourself of that clear delusion, or there is no hope for you. We were discussing the word hope earlier. Now there's no hope for you. No hope at all.
And fortunately, now I'm creating checks while I do it. I'm getting paid to run the streets. Okay? So, again.
And you can actually hear him clippy-clop it. It's true.
You got to understand, it's not complicated. It's just the truth. We need a Batman. Indianapolis needs a Batman. Vegas needs a Batman.
Austin needs a Batman right now. And that's within your ability to reach it. Go to Austin. The action there is absolutely real. It's so real up to a point that one day perhaps they're going to make a movie out of this shit. Head on up there. They need you, Batman. Pussy motherfucker.
All these different areas and cities and states need a Batman, right? And it's a great job for me, man, to be honest, because it's what I was born to do. It's who I am.
Oh God.
And it's just perfect for me. And that's why I know if I keep pushing, they're gonna have to give me a grant or something. They might give me
grant
funding. I don't know. They're gonna have to fund me. I don't
give you a grant. A grant? God, he's so spun out, kids. He's spun out, and he's not on meth. It's kind of amazing if you think about it.
I think they're going to have a choice. There's too much crime in these crime-ridden neighborhoods, even in the suburbs. There's too much going on in these major cities. All you got to do is give me a little budget, give me a little money, send me over there, say, hey, do your thing, man. If you know what you're doing, and I do, if you know what you're doing, here's your jurisdiction, right? Even though Batman has no jurisdiction, but here's where we want you to be stationed at, and we want you to make things better. That's all you got to say. And I'll come in and I'll make things better the right way. But I'm going to have a lot different approach than you. I'm going to be real direct. And I'll get every street corner, right, running the right way. And what these agencies can never do. Why? Because they're just hiring a bunch of misfits, okay, that we all know what they went through in middle school and high school, okay, and they get mad at big guys, right, like me.
Yeah, I really do believe that the end approaches maybe within the next couple of years at the most, but yeah, he's got to have a lot of things wrong with him physically. I mean, a lot of things wrong with him, and he refuses to go to a doctor, and also has this thing about walking around in sunlight, which obviously it's not sunny down there today. No sunscreen. No sunscreen. And by his own description, I would say that his dad had skin cancer. You might want to smarten up a little bit, but then again, that's asking too much, ladies and gentlemen. Look who is here. He's one of my best writers. It's that guy.
Because of what they went through. And it's crazy because, I mean, even I went through that.
As always, it's a read it for the listeners from that guy. Well, we've tried everything, and crime is still rampant. Let's just give money to this homeless mental patient and hope for the best.
All through high school. You know what I mean? Not because I was little or small or anything like that. People just did weak stuff. You know, they tried. It didn't really work with me.
The last person I tried to show Tyree to was a guitar teacher that I was seeing about 3 or 4 years ago. And I explained it to him, showed him a little video, and he just looked at me. It was uncomfortable.
I've always been a pretty tall, you know, lanky guy. You know, I mean, I stood up to everyone always. So, you know, they were trying to disguise it like it was playing, and they weren't playing. That's what they did with me, which is usually what they have to do. They're all cowards.
He certainly is. So is DZ. So is everybody. But DZ and that guy at this point are kind of they're writers for this show. They really are. They give me so many read it for the listeners, and that is where it's at.
But my point is,
where it's at, as we used to say in 1966.
Batman up there in Indianapolis. You get me dressed like this, and we'll create new bat suits. We'd have to have a budget. You're more than welcome to provide some funding and just call me up there and say, look, this is the city. Here's the map. This is how it works.
I don't know why it reminds me of this movie, DZ, but that comment reminds me of The Man with the Golden Arm. If you haven't seen it, you must see it. It's here on YouTube. Frank Sinatra's finest acting job. I have always felt and will continue to feel that even though Frank Sinatra was the master of the Great American Songbook, in my opinion, I think he was a better actor. After watching The Man with the Golden Arm, perhaps you will too.
Go do your tour. You can wear your suit every day. And, you know, we're giving you some authority to help us to make it a better city. I'll do it. I'll talk to all them folks. A lot of it is going to be communicating and talking. A lot of it. It's just communication, but they ain't going to listen to you. They're going to listen to me. They won't listen to people who are pushovers. They're not going to listen to somebody who don't come from what they come from.
In other words, they're not going to listen to you. Oh, no, they aren't. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the happy click of a can of Sprite Zero, the official drink of Jim Cornette.
It's just that simple. Somebody who doesn't give them a choice, they'll listen. Because they don't have a choice with me. That's the thing. All these cities and states need Batman. Do you understand? What are you waiting for? Quit being simpletons. Give me a budget. That's what I need.
Quit being simpletons. Give me a budget. Well, we're the smart ones in that equation, buddy. It's never going to happen. You're sitting around on your fucking ass, or you're walking around in circles waiting for God to do something he's never going to do. You know that whole part about God helps those who help themselves? Well, it has a tendency to be true. And guess who's not helping themselves ever? That would be you, Tywee. You're just incompetent at everything. Everything.
I need the money. I need the funding.
No.
You provide the funding. Give me a job. You license me. Trump already licensed me.
Oh,
I don't need no certification. I don't need nothing. I don't need none of what you fools need. Nothing. Just Batman, just me and my hands. That's all I need. And my bat suits. That's it.
Yep.
Feel me?
All he needs is his hands and his dick. That's about all it amounts to, right? Masturbation joke, everyone.
Different. We move different than y'all. You understand? And like I said, people can talk all this hypothetical stuff. It is what it is, man. There ain't no hypothetical, man. I've been doing this for a long time. It ain't nothing new. Oh, trust me, my philosophy works. Believe that. I got all the results to show it. What do you mean? Look it down here. You know, it's common sense, brother.
Yeah, that guy, it does appear that is actually what is going on. He's walking down the street with a paper bag, maybe two. He's got everything except his bikes in those bags. Mommy gave him the boot, or the homeowners association gave him the boot at the threat of legal action.
You know what I mean? People can front, like I said, they can type stuff hiding. I don't care about that. People are going to talk. I ain't trying to stop people from talking. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? When you start typing fake stuff, it's a little weird, but I mean.
Yeah, you're right, Sticky. He knows that we know of this situation that is on your screen for the listeners. It's the time that he got punched in Detroit. It ran away like a little bitch.
You could do that too. It ain't going to make a difference.
Screaming and crying for real. No joke.
Feel me? But at the end of the day, it says we got 9 in the box. That means we got a lot more, right? But we out here getting paid. You understand? Right now, as we speak, I'm about to do some videos in a minute here, right? And that's it. So bear with me a second here, and I'll come right back, all right? If not, I'll start a new one. Hold on.
All right, leave everybody hanging. Hold on. We'll be right back after this word from Fuck All Nothing. He literally can't do anything right. Please welcome Marie W. to the show. He's here live on this Sunday afternoon, 6 minutes after the hour. It is almost time to grab the slider of destiny right here. And we're going to look for the circle of mouth. Again, light sensitivity. You may not want to participate. Here we go. Okay. Now he's went black. That's even better. And you know what they say about going black, right? Negative 43 TV. I'm sure Tywee would love it. Boy, this was considerable. He went away for the better part of 10 fucking minutes live. Total incompetence. Total fucking all-encompassing incompetence. Okay, did I spot it right? No, I don't. I'm damned close, damn it. Grabs it again. Oh, there we go.
I think we're still rolling. What's up, folks? Yeah, I wanted to put out a couple videos. I think I got like one more so far. I'll be filming some more today, maybe a lot more if I can. I think it's a good idea. We got to get this check total up for not just the next check, that's already true, but the one after that, there's another hunt. This is
I don't know how I missed this. Sticky has rejoined us.
Big deal. What I'm doing. You understand? Well, like I said, folks can catch up. I got too much momentum behind me, man. I can feel it. I can feel the money coming. I can feel my breakthrough coming. You know why? Because I got the power of God inside of me.
No.
That's right. That's what it all is. All power and glory to God all day. Like I said, all them church cult folks, them generic fake folks, got to sit here and watch the real chosen one, right? All on fire, they call it. For real. Yeah, didn't you try to say, Raul, that fake...
Sticky, too, is a very, very wise man, and you should do what he asks you to.
That poser, right? That weirdo. That one that he was on all those charges. He's probably going to have to go back to prison. Didn't you say he was that? No, he wasn't. See, all you do is lie, brother. You want to paint people who know good like you in a good light that's fake, and you want to lie and paint the people who are really good and really about this and really believe in God in a bad light. You're a narc. Just like Geneva. Oh, I got a download about Geneva. It said this lady hides behind God. Yep, I knew it.
He got a download. He got a tarot reading, which is, of course, sorcery. There's no intersection between tarot and Christianity. There's an intersection between that and voodoo, I think.
Hiding behind the Bible because you're a criminal. You're nothing but
Yeah.
a criminal.
In Tony Iommi's biography, he tells a story about one time on one tour where they were actually out of weed for about a day or so. They were between cities, and Bill Ward was scraping the inside of a banana peel trying to get high. He tried it out, he smoked it, and it did nothing. So yeah, I've
we
heard
know
it.
because we know the truth about how you treated your own people. Because you opened your mouth. Real smart. That's why, like I said, when I was around, I could see fear in their eyes. Yeah, and y'all was up to no good. The last time they tried to bring me over there, that was all no good. I could feel it in the air. Those people are evil as hell, bro. Evil. Pure evil. There is no way that evil should be running a ministry home. Please. How is that ministry home not shut down? It needs to be shut down.
No, I have never tried to smoke banana peels at all myself. My game was I tended to smoke pipes more than roll joints, and there was a reason behind it because it left resin behind. If you've never ever tried smoking the resin out of a pipe, I will actually recommend that you do it. So many times the resin is actually better than the weed you put through it. I wouldn't lie about that.
Eva and Rule were the first ones there. According to them, they came from living under a bridge. Miguel, he worked for the cartel, he claimed. He's a puppet. He's Raul's puppet, right? He's a coward.
And yes, for anybody that hasn't heard this, the church cult has closed in Brownsville. Apparently, he went to the church cult, said he was going to get something to eat, but he was going to try to somehow talk his way back in. And doggone if they didn't close the Brownsville location. So very, very funny. He now has absolutely nothing. Nothing.
He's a false prophet and leading people the wrong way. He's leading people away from God. And it says it in the Bible. That's the worst thing you could do. You know, everybody knows he's a joke. He's no good, man. You should hear what the people who come through that ministry home say about you, Miguel. See, that's the thing. You folks got your own issues to worry about. You want to sit there and pretend and pose in front of my face. See, these narcs, they got no self-awareness, and they got no awareness of reality.
No shit.
You know?
You prove
Didn't know
it.
who you were talking to. Like I said, I'm a big deal, man. I'm me. Right? Them folks work with the red triangles. You're all looking at conspiracy charges, collusion. It's going to be a RICO case. There's too many names involved. It's going to be a RICO case, just like the Harvey Dent thing. And I think I'm going to get all the federal indictments, all of them. And there's still names I haven't added to that list for good reason. You understand? Like, nah, there's another honk from the highway.
Got one from that guy for the listeners. He says, God moved and left no forwarding address.
So see, people support it, but I need real support. I need financial support. Am I wrong?
God went into witness protection. That's good.
Wrong for asking that? Nope. Because that's the only way this get done and get to the next level. I need everybody in the public, please find it in your heart, some kindness, to support me right now financially. I need someone to send me at least $100. That's the only way.
I will say this for Amanda. For her to even allow him to sleep on the patio is just far too generous. Far too generous. Yes, in fact, Sticky, hail Sartod. And I got a little something to show all of you that I think you're going to find quite amusing. Did you know that the real Batman endorses the red triangles upper right-hand corner, everyone?
This business can make it. That's the truth. Is if someone says, I'm going to give them a chance and send at least 100, because I need at least 1,000 and a couple of grand. But if y'all can't even send $100 for the biggest YouTube superstar of them all, how am I going to get this business?
She's insane, but she had that moment of clarity that I talk about rather a lot. She's an example of what you can do if you're extremely mentally ill. I mean, she's always going to be schizophrenic, but apparently it's under control.
It's rolling, bro. Think about it.
Now, Tyree, on the other hand, no, there's no hope.
Going to ever get to the next level if y'all won't donate and won't contribute. That's why I'm asking. Like, I have to. That's how we build the business. It's off the people, man. It ain't off me. I'm doing my part. I'm doing more than I'm supposed to.
Yeah, but she got a clue. She put herself away and got the right combination of meds, and I'm sure that she's still receiving therapy, and she seems to be doing very, very well.
I can only do so much with this. It's up to the people, man. It's up. I work as hard as I can. I max out my check. That's all I can do, man. My check is $181 and some change.
Hey, everybody, it's Tomo. I pronounced it right this time. Welcome.
That's it. They pay me very little, right? My next check is already up over $7, though, right? So we're getting in a groove, and that's why I got up today with a little bit of pep in my step.
July 6th, he has $7. Wow, man. Boy, you're easily pleased.
You know, there's another honk. See? These folks know what it is, man. I just don't know if they all have the channel. They probably don't.
And do not take that as meaning that I think a $7 tip is nothing, because it's everything. Anything that I ever get is appreciated almost to an embarrassing degree.
That's probably half the issue. If we get some of these folks in the valley.
Nearly there. Damo.
Then they can
okay.
They don't even know.
Damo. Okay. Well, you know, I've always had trouble with that. I mispronounce it with your permission because there's just something about it. I'll try.
Oh, that they can donate. It ain't all their fault.
I'll try.
It ain't their fault. You know, like I said, you're going to see me go through different things, man.
Yes, sis, I am in fact still live, but I will only be live for perhaps another 14 minutes or so. I think Mrs. Baritone and I are going to go out and get a lunch.
I'm a human being.
More like a dinner at this point.
I'm very emotional. I'm a
Yes, sis, I can't do short streams. It's just impossible. I sit down, I start. The next thing I know, it's been 3.5 hours. It really is like that for me. I'm
a sensitive crab. I heard Rob Wack trying to diss us. Man, you can't diss nobody, bro. You need to worry about you. So you need to worry about a JOB, son, because you still don't got one. How do you got a job if you never go to it? Like I said, that laziness. And he don't get.
Oh, come on now. It's creative.
You don't got no luxury, bro. If you got money like that, you paid for a hotel like that. Somebody paid for it. I told you that was Janet. Okay. Then the Red Triangles, like I said, yeah, they have funding and it's illegal funding.
No. They work with the government. So yeah, they do have a lot of leeway. You're certainly correct about at least that much. So one more time, everybody. One more time, we're going to go out strong. We're going to go out lit. It is smoke 'em if you got 'em time. Sip 'em if you want to. Have something to eat. It's all about you.
And that'll all be investigated. The minute this federal lawsuit is filed, the feds, FBI will have to come in. They're going to have to investigate all that. They're going to figure out where that money's coming from easily. Because it's going to be on bank statements or something. You know, you're going to leave a trail behind because you're not smart. You know what I mean? The thing is, there's another honk. The thing is, I know how to outsmart criminals. I was never a criminal, but I just got a gift with intuition. I know how to think like them. I know how to outsmart them. I know how they think. And
no, you don't.
I'm just a lot smarter than you. You know, that's the thing. I'm smarter and I'm tougher. I'm your worst nightmare. That's what they don't get. Is anyone would rather deal with these other folks than have to deal with the Batman. That's the reality of it. Dealing with me is your worst nightmare. It, like, brought to life. Because I don't care. I'm not following rules. I don't have a boss. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm just me. Come up against me in the street, you coming up against me. You understand?
Well, yeah, you think?
Else, nothing else. It's just me and you. We all alone out here, doggy. Feel me? And trust me, that's my element. I'm comfortable with it. You know? It's just like you have to have the attitude like in jail or prison. You calm down there, Fido. I'm not sure I like what's coming out of your mouth, Fido. How you doing, Fido? Love you. So yeah. Like
you know, I never did find out what it was that I bought. All I know is I believe it's more indica than sativa. And I said real early in the show that I felt that this stuff was too strong. And maybe that was part of why I never really woke up yesterday. Now I'm sitting here. We've been through about 3 or 4 smoke them if you got them. It's sitting really well on me right now. I guess it wasn't the dab at all. It just felt like shit yesterday.
Act like it's a game. Well, don't worry. They're going to see as soon as I get in these major cities that it ain't a game. You got to do the widest turn possible. Yes, please learn how to drive. That's not your lane. 100%, yes. See, they ain't used to it. They ain't used to somebody who just puts their foot down and tells them what it is. That's the problem. That's been the problem down here for a long time. A long time. Ain't no discipline. Ridiculous. They had to send me. That's what some of them were saying. They said he got tired of the antics in the valley, and they had to send a Batman. Pretty much what it is.
You know, I wish some of these growers, some of these companies would actually take the time to make hash. I mean, yeah, brown hash, the kind you stick on an end of a pin and put a shot glass over it or a rocks glass over it. Yeah, hash. I'd love to see. I haven't seen that in a long time. Oh, hey, look here, look here. We got to do it. We got to do it twice. Say it with me, kids. 1, 2, 3. Antics. Antics. Oh, that's so festive every time.
How you doing?
Better than you.
Just filming. Man, I wanted to tell him the channel. Hopefully he has it. He was filming. Feeling all right today. Got my probiotic in here. Like I said, man, any funding.
I'm going to read this for the listeners because you should have your day ruined too. It's from Ledgeview. Yeah, the woman Jimmy was going out with for a year that turned out to be a trans. Jimmy said he was going to eat sushi out of their rear. None of us can look at sushi the same to this day. Wow. Yeah, that shrimp tempura roll was really good that I had a couple of days ago. Maybe not so good now.
There we go. Any funding you can do, send, will help tremendously.
You bet.
Please do.
That's the only way to smoke hash. Don't dare crush it up, put it in a pipe. No, just pin that shit up, put a rocks glass over it, slide that glass off the edge, and be glad that you're alive.
People behind me, man. I can't do this by myself. I never said that I could. I'm not trying to do it by myself. That's why I've been so, aggravated lately. I'm me. This ain't about me. It ain't about analyzing me and asking me questions. Who cares?
Time to load up,
me.
Deezy.
Always gonna be me. Don't worry about me. I ain't gonna change. It's about y'all. It's about the people. It's about helping you. It's about changing your situation. And
now, I know I just said a minute ago, don't crush it up and put it in a pipe. And by and large, I stand by that. But yeah, there is nothing quite like crushing some hash up really fine and either putting it on the top of or in the middle of a really nice bowl. That never fails.
Different circumstances, especially in this city. I think they were honking at me. Like
Probably.
That Batman could end up running for mayor and become the mayor of Brownsville. You're not the mayor.
Oh, God.
Because the penguin. You're not the mayor. Things change.
Can you imagine what his inauguration speech would sound like? Somebody ought to try to write that. I think that's above my pay level, though.
Hey, Joseph. What do you say? So you really think you'll win? Things change. Exactly. There you go. That's wrong. But it's like an election. I'm going to win this election. Watch. I'm going to win. I ain't going to lose. You know why? Because I ain't no coward. That's right. That's why. Because I stand on what I stand on. And I'm a good person. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, that's a big hole in their game. But then again, if you have dab, basically you're doing 21st century hash. You're just using butane, I think, in most cases. They're not rubbing it against the screen forever. And would you please have your girlfriend subscribe? I'd love to have her. We'd all love to have her here.
There's my baby. Sorry, honey, I'm just waiting for these lights. Said she can listen in 5 minutes. Thank you, baby. I love you more than anything. All right, they're kind of jumping the you-know-what there.
Here's a fun story, Skip. 35 years ago, me and my late best friend, I'll call him Keith because that was his real name, for about 6 months, he was getting what we thought was opium. It's like, man, is this really doing anything? No, it doesn't really seem to be doing anything at all. We tried every possible way to smoke it. It was just kind of a thumbs down thing. And then one day, Keith tells me, you know, that shit that we thought was just opium, that was black tar heroin.
Somebody's in a rush to be a wage slave.
Thank God I didn't get a buzz. It did nothing.
Go ahead.
It just tasted like, the inside of your grandma's purse used to smell back in the 50s and 60s.
But now they got the turn, and now they don't want to rush. You see what I'm saying? That's the type of attitude I'm talking about. So they want to get in front of Batman, but then when it's time to go, they don't want to drive. Awfully convenient. They got some more fans giving me the peace sign. So people love it. People know that it's real. I'm not playing dress up.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said.
Yeah, and you would think, especially my buddy, that that naivete would have been gone years ago. But yeah, we're just casually smoking heroin and not getting it. Thank God. We got crack though. We got that down pretty well for a while.
I'm not wearing hockey pads. You understand? We're going to get this all on the road. Don't you worry, regardless. And I need people behind me. Go ahead. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that apparently is part of the experience. Were you puke and then you nod? Well, no.
Please stop getting in the way. Just move. Just do what you're going to do, and that's it. It's not hard. Dads don't operate like that. My dad raised me. Boom, bada bing, you got to keep moving. These people, they want to just get in your way.
Oh, dude, it gets like that. We're talking about hard drugs here on Negative 43 TV, but that's okay because we're only going to be here about 3 more minutes or so. Been quite the party.
Hey, don't do that. Move. Like, not being nice. You're sitting there and getting in the way. Reality. But like I said, we gonna keep on doing what we do. We gonna keep on winning. Not gonna be nice about nothing. The nice guys are long gone. There ain't no more of that. And we got to get this money, man. I got to get the folks behind me, the people behind me. Clearly, I have to.
You know how John Belushi described it? He said it was like kissing God. It must be a crazy buzz. Otherwise, people wouldn't be willing to die over it.
But we need more, man. We need people to literally come out their pocket and say, here's some money, here's some funding everywhere. I'm not talking about just here in the Valley. I'm talking about all over the map in the world. I got to get worldwide support. Yeah, their car's already messed up because they can't drive. Yeah. Oh, I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm going to tell y'all what it is. You know what I mean? All day long. Until y'all fix it. They got to learn how to drive down.
I think that's about the one bus that I never rode back in the day, except accidentally, off and on for 6 months. No, that's something I would never, ever I wouldn't even consider it.
Here, man, that's why what happened with me happened to me. But it's okay because you found out that Batman is an immortal vampire. Yeah. I survived that. I bounced right back from that, didn't I? There's another name for the federal indictment, Edward Hurley. Even Edward Hurley had to say that.
Hey, how is Edward? I haven't heard from him in a while. We've got about 2 more minutes.
Yeah, I got to add his name. Glad I remembered. Trying to keep pushing. I'm pushing it. Pushing. I put on for my city. I'm your pusher. Yeah, like I said, man, got to get to it. We already know what we got to do. Keep our mind focused, put our mind to it, and do it. It's that simple. So today, I don't know. I'm going to try, man.
Come on, dude. Finish strong.
I'm going to try today, see if I can push myself a little farther. But that's the thing, too. Some of these folks, they want to downplay it. Oh, yeah. You have good training. I don't do training.
No,
You're
you
trying to
don't.
minimize
That's
what I
right.
do. I don't do training. I'm the real thing. I've been doing the real thing for 2+ years, buddy.
The real thing is called training, you fucking numbnut, cocksucking. Wow. And it's Sunday, too.
Training is
Nothing like a string of profanity on a Sunday afternoon, you cocksucking fucking bitch.
just a small aspect of what I do. It's not good training. It's superhuman. It's something that nobody's ever done in the history of all time. That's what it is. I hold 9 world records already. They're all legit.
Oh,
Nothing
man.
they can say or do
Shamrock
about it.
is here. Shamrock is here.
That's just for fun. I'm doing that as a hobby
And
in
the
my
thing
sleep.
that really sucks about that, Shabby, is that this is all I have for you on this Sunday afternoon on Negative 43 TV, but that does not mean in any way that I'm not putting up the magical 4-leaf shamrock, because we all love the magical 4-leaf shamrock. I'd like to thank everybody for spending some of your day with us here on Negative 43 TV. As always, programming note, I'll probably be live quite a bit this week. I didn't stream as much as I usually do last month. Probably about half as much, to be honest. So I'm going to try to step it up here a little bit and hang out with my buddies here in Sneedville. So Tuesday would be a good idea, but you never, ever know. And I suspect it's going to be a really big night here on Negative 43 TV. I'm feeling like he's going to come back one more time. And as you know, Sticky and that guy have really been on top of it. Lobster has been doing quite a bit of coverage. The Negative 43 TV family grows every day, and that includes you right there in the comments. Yeah, you right there. So hell of a party, because it's always a hell of a party. But you know what I'm getting ready to say, so say it with me. It's time to bring up the house lights and go home. I'm Rich Baritone, and until the next time, I'll talk to you.
And now, Negative 43 TV KUNT ends another broadcast day. Negative 43 TV is a wholly owned subsidiary of Baritone Media, LLC, with corporate offices located at One Cross Tower in downtown Sneedville. Negative 43 TV studios are located at 6969 Dead Daddy Drive in Sneedville. Negative 43 TV operates at a power of 200 hamster wheels, turning at exactly 61 revolutions per minute. On behalf of Rich and Marie Baritone, Old Betsy the Computer, Pete the Destroyer of Bud, and the rest of us here at Negative 43 TV, I'm Cleveland Steamer. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day. And now, high flight.
Slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter's silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds, and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, where never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face